It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. The San Juan Broncos suffered a tough loss in Manti last week. Tonight, they're back home for the first time in over a month, looking to bounce back against a local rival. It's homecoming in Blanding, with the San Juan Broncos hosting the Grand County Red Devils. Welcome to Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Well, we are glad you've joined us. It is, in fact, Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, but that was the wrong open. That was last week's open, so we are not hosting the Grand County Red Devils tonight. And it is also Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night, as it happens a day earlier than normal this week. And it is Rhett Sifford and Art Adair welcoming you in. That is still the same info and accurate. And Art, it's already a little bit dark out there, as I know we've got some clouds off to our west, and hopefully the weather will stay away. But it can be fun to play football in the rain, but it's obviously they don't let you play in the lightning. So hopefully that'll stay away. We don't mind a little rain, but we don't want the lightning here today.
Yeah, it's cool and crisp out there. This is football weather. This is when you really like to get to smacking pads out there on the field, because it feels good to just light somebody up.
Yeah.
This is what it's supposed to be like. It's supposed to be chill in the air. It's supposed to be a little cool. And you're not supposed to be sweating, like a hog out there. You're supposed to be cool and crisp and nice, clean air. And I tell you, and getting dark earlier, you want to sit in that sunlight. That's what it's all about, Rhett.
It is good, and it truly is Friday Night Lights now, with the lights on to start the game and the shadows already completely across the field. We do have some beautiful clouds off to our east with the sun still hitting those. And Art, you talk about sweating like a hog. No matter what the conditions, I typically sweat like a hog. So I don't know if we can avoid that tonight. But
well, it's a huge indicator of the season change when you show up in jeans.
That's right.
Or long pants.
Yes.
To the broadcast, because you're usually in shorts.
I'm a shorts man.
I kind of go off my weather calendar, off of how you dress at a game. And so I know that I need to go clean the chimney, get the fireplace ready to go.
There you go.
Because Sifford's wearing jeans.
That's funny. Well, we do want to talk about football at some point tonight. We'll take a look at this matchup. Emery comes into this game with a 2-5 overall record. They're 1-1 in 2A South play. As far as the series goes, San Juan leads it 22-8. That goes back to 1975. That's the year before I was born. And San Juan has won 8 straight, including last year's state championship game. That was a bit of a blowout last year, so I don't know what changes have happened at Emery football since then. They're obviously looking to avenge that tough loss in the championship game here tonight.
Well, graduating players always changes the dynamics of a team.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it over the course of the 5 years we've been broadcasting the Broncos. Although it hasn't had the dynamic change it does in most teams with graduation rates, you still have, to fill big shoes and big spots. So Emery, unfortunately, has kind of just fallen off.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they bring tonight. You want to take a look at their head coach. It's John Fiamalo. He's in his 10th year this season with a 42-61 record all time. His Emery Spartans come into this game ranked 5th in the 2A standings. And when you look at a couple of these games this year, I kind of highlighted some, just the common opponents between San Juan and Emery. And, of course, Kanab was here earlier this year. That was the first game of the season for Emery, which Emery lost 45-20. The Broncos won that game in a battle. And then Beaver, who, of course, upset San Juan here a few weeks ago. And that was a 49-7 loss for Emery. So that kind of gives you an idea what you're looking at tonight when it comes to Emery. Obviously, it's been a few weeks since then, so some things might have changed. But this Emery team beat Grand County a couple weeks ago, 69-0. Everybody's kind of been beaten up on the Red Devils this year. But last week they suffered a 41-21 loss to South Sevier. So, of course, that moves South Sevier to, is it 8-0? They're 8-0, 9-0. Wow.
Next week's week 10.
So there you go. Well, I mean, that would be, does South Sevier not play tonight? Or?
Oh, yeah, they play Rich tonight. That's right.
So I think they're 8-0. That's
tonight
right.
will be 9-0.
So there you go. And obviously that's the opponent that we're going to see next week. So San Juan has not played them yet to gauge that at all. But you kind of take a look at Emery and see what they're made of. And we take a look at some of their players. And I know they had a quarterback to start the year who was injured. And so they've got a new guy now. A.J. Thomas, I think, was the initial quarterback. and I am assuming he's not playing tonight. They've had a guy take over named Trig Jensen, and he's at 47 for 85 on the year, so completing about 55% of his passes, only 591 yards in the passing game for him so far this season. He's even. He's got 6 TDs and 6 interceptions in the games that he's come in, and I'm assuming that he has played 5 games for this team. It doesn't show the max prep stats. I guess Coach Fiamalo doesn't use those. They weren't updated since their second game, so I had to go out to the Deseret News and pull some stats, and they don't have the games played listed here, so I'm not sure, but I'm assuming he's been their quarterback for about 5 games. And the guys he goes to, Bo Stilson, who will also throw the ball for this team, has the most yardage receiving, 345 yards on the year, 27 catches for him, and a couple TDs. Garrett Conover has 17 catches, 217 yards, and 4 TDs. And Cray Leroy has 12 catches, 141 yards, and also 4 TDs. They've got a couple other guys they'll go to as well. They're similar art to the San Juan offense. They like to spread it out and throw the ball a little bit, but they got some guys who can run too.
Yeah, it'd be exciting to see kind of what they bring tonight. They've obviously had some position changes, and, it's tough when you lose one of your star players early in the season, and you just never know what you're going to get out of your next level. And unfortunately for them, they don't have a lot of kids to draw from out of their roster. And so one of the things I did talk to their head coach a little bit down in passing, and that's one of the things that he mentioned to me, Rhett, was they just not a lot of depth.
Yeah, and I think we see that just with the personnel they have. They have a pretty small group over there, so trying to build it up a little bit. But let's take a look at some of these guys who carry the ball for them. And Traxton Conover is the leading running back, 57 carries this year, 229 yards. I don't see that he has a TD yet this season, though, so I'm not certain about that. And then we got some familiar names. Trig Jensen, who's the quarterback, is the second leading rusher, 28 carries, 161 yards, and 1 TD. A.J. Thomas, who I said was injured earlier this year, is still third in line as far as yardage goes. And again, this all comes from the Des News website, so I'm not 100% certain on these. But Bo Stilson, he's a guy who was in the receiving list as well, and so he'll run the ball too. 21 carries for him, 82 yards, and he has the most rushing touchdowns, or he's tied with Trig Jensen, for 3. Those guys have 3 apiece. I like this kid's name. I'm going to have to figure this out. I think it's Michael Ilajic. I'm not sure if I'm right on that. It looks weird on paper. It's got a bunch of letters with dots over them, so that's pretty funny. He's got 19 carries, 68 yards, and a TD. And Garrett Conover, we mentioned his name as well in the receiving list. He's got 10 carries this year for 50 yards and a TD. So you've got kids, Art, who are going to be on both sides as far as running and receiving tonight, and also some guys, multiple guys who might throw the ball even tonight.
Yeah, and as they run on the field, they just don't have a lot of kids. Whether that's what they've been dealt this year, they've got injuries, I'm not sure. But it's hard to build a program and be competitive with a program like San Juan when you don't have the numbers.
Right.
You can have, 5, 6 of the best players in the state, but players get tired playing every position, both sides of the field. You've got to get a player a break through a game, especially when you've got a team as deep as San Juan. And unfortunately for a lot of the teams they play, they just don't. But, that's just San Juan has built such a tradition that kids want to be on the field. Whether they get on the field or not, they want to be on this team, and that's what winning does.
Emery's trying to swallow up the officiating crew there with their warm-up lines. That was kind of funny. They forced those guys to move out of the way. Well, that's a real quick look at the Emery Spartans tonight on the Friday Night Lights. On Thursday night, the Thursday Night Lights.
I will tell you, Rhett, because I didn't notice because I got this big old pillar right here that their captains ran to the 50 to do their stretching. And it's just kind of one of those unwritten rules. Yeah, you're supposed to stay on your side of the 50, but it's one of those unwritten rules that most coaches don't go past the 40 on their side for their pregame warm-up, just out of respect for that buffer zone. But obviously Emery wanting to
making an early statement here, a pregame statement.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's a look at Emery. We'll take a break real quick here, and we'll return on the Thursday Night Lights pregame show. We'll talk about the San Juan Broncos and hear from Coach Barkley Christensen when we return. He picked up his 80th win of his career last week against Grand County. Stay with us. It is Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Ready to own a home in Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, crafts personalized loans with top rates and expert support. Buying, refinancing, or building your dream home? We've got you covered. Sit with Britt and begin your home ownership adventure. Visit our local pros for all your mortgage lending needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
Back live to San Juan High School in Blanding. It is Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford and Art Adair welcoming you back in here to Blanding as we continue the Friday Night Lights pregame show. We'll talk about the San Juan Broncos and, of course, Barkley Christensen got his 80th win last week against Grand County. We got a chance to chat with him just a few minutes ago, and here's what he has to say as we get set to go tonight against Emery.
Coach, congrats. You got your 80th win last week. I don't know if you care about those things, but congrats anyway.
Oh, thank you. No, I guess you can celebrate little milestones like that. Yeah, it was cool.
And not only that, but you guys set a school record for most points in a game, too. I know that's not what you were necessarily trying to do, but, I mean, we talked about it after the game. You run the offense. It's the defense's job to stop you, right?
Yeah, that's right. And our kids, it's cool having our C team go in there and moving the football. So, yeah, it was fun, but new week.
Yeah, you kept us challenged last week. We saw so many different names. It was good to see a lot of those kids, and obviously the future of San Juan football last week a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the future's bright for quite a while, so we're really excited about what we have building here.
What were you looking at practice this week?
Again, just getting better. Don't be complacent. I mean, one win is one win. We got to keep chasing it every single week, and just competing in practice is the big thing. Just keeping constant competition between our scout team and our starters.
It's hard to believe, but down to the last couple games of the season here now, and your last regular season home game, senior night tonight. This is a team you beat in the state championship game tonight. What are you looking for from them tonight?
Yeah, Emery, we've always had some good battles. We've got a rich history of playing them, and we've had some really fun games. I know everybody remembers the semifinal game. Mm-hmm. What was that, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And we had some battles with them before that, and then obviously last year. So, we expect, that's why I echoed to the kid, the record does not matter now when you get to these region games and these teams that they've got good athletes. I mean, they really do. So we've got to be able to, we got to show up and play tonight.
What is it that you're really wanting your guys to take care of tonight to accomplish on the field?
Man, on offense, I want us to, just fully execute again, which I think we have, but there's always room to get better. There's just little things that we can get better at. And then defensively and offensively, I guess, as a team, just effort every single play. If you're that tired, sub out. But effort every single play, execute, and then just fly around, make plays, have fun. I want to see guys hooping and hollering. I want guys to play with energy tonight.
Are there any specific weapons that they have that you got to key on tonight?
No, not necessarily. I mean, they run a very similar offense to us. They try to spread the ball around, and their quarterback that they've got, I know he's kind of he didn't start off as their quarterback, but he's a good player. He can run, he can throw, and he runs their offense well. So no, we just gotta be ready to stop everything.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it, man. I know you're ready to have fun tonight. Good luck. We appreciate it.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
And we welcome you back. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live on a Thursday night this week. Want to say thanks to Coach Barkley Christensen for chatting with us, and we did have to reboot some of our streaming equipment here, so thus the dead air on the radio. We do apologize for that, and we say thanks for sticking with us. But Coach Christensen just talks about working in practice to get better, and that's what they've continually done. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. The only loss lately has been that one up in Manti a couple weeks ago, the 81-6 win at Grand County, or here against Grand County last week. That's not necessarily indicative of, obviously that was against a struggling program in Grand, and so you don't expect those type of wins the rest of the year. It's going to be a little bit more challenging, I think, but Bo Yeomans has come on. There was about a 3-game or so slow start to the passing game this year, but he has come on since then. He's got over 2,000 passing yards on the season now. He's completing 62% of his attempts, 133 for 215, 2,037 yards. He's passing for 200, almost 255 yards per game now on the season. He's got 18 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. His main target this year, of course, Trip Palmer, the senior, who has 43 catches, 853 yards, and 8 of those touchdowns he has caught. Jagger Neves is the second leading receiver coming out of the backfield for the Broncos. Obviously, the two-headed attack from the senior there. He's got 34 catches, 441 yards, and 4 TDs. Brick Palmer has 27 catches now on the season, third in line with 369 yards and 2 TDs. Nash Young is up in the mix in fourth. He's got 10 catches, 160 yards, and a TD. And Cole Duke, nice to have him back playing again for the Broncos. He has 10 catches for 130 yards and 1 TD. And obviously, Art, we had some weird guys playing last week just because of all this, the JV and the C team. And I know Cortland Lyman mentioned he enjoyed that. I can see that comes naturally out of my mouth, calling all these weird guys. That's not what I mean at all. I mean guys we don't normally see. So George McNaughton got his first touchdown catch of the year last year. I think, help me out with this, did Andrew Nielsen make his touchdown catch last week?
I believe
or was that
so,
another?
yes.
And then we also had Randall Black make a touchdown catch. I don't know if that all happened last week, but those are the guys who don't see a huge amount of action, but those guys are in the mix as far as TDs go. And obviously, a lot of kids got some action last week who we may not see varsity-wise the rest of the year, so that's always fun. Defensive-wise, it's Jagger Neves leading the way with 63 tackles for San Juan. 7 of those are for loss. For those of you watching on StreamUtah.Live, they are honoring the seniors here tonight. It is senior night, the final home game of the regular season. So we might mention those names for you here in just a little bit. But Jonas Jeppesen, second on the list for tackling, 59 stops for him on the year. Then it's George McNaughton with 56, and of course he's got the 18 tackles for loss. He leads the team with 12 sacks. Nobody else is even close in that department for the Broncos. Trip Palmer also has 56 tackles on the year now, and Thomas Harden is in fifth with 54. So you got to have the defense going. You got to have the offense going. And Art, this is a team that has got 20 takeaways on the season. They forced 20 turnovers this year and have turned the ball over 13 times. So they're on the good side of that department now. And, I won't go through all the list of guys who have interceptions and fumbles now, but that bodes well, obviously in close games more so than blowouts. But this is a team that's getting it done on both sides of the ball this season.
Yeah, defensively they have really shown exactly what Coach Bowering has been preaching for the last 4 or 5 years. be physical. You always see them ripping for the ball when they get in a scrum out there for the tackle. You see them flying to the ball. They have had some hiccups here and there in coverage, but every team does. And the thing that I love the most about watching these Broncos play is their resiliency to bounce back after a bad play. You talk about Bo Yeomans, over 2,000 yards passing right now as a sophomore. He has had brilliant games and looked like, man, he is just unstoppable. And then he's had those sophomore games that Coach Christensen has alluded to in many comments. And that's just what happens. But if you look at what he's done over these last 8 weeks, you can really see as a sophomore what he's developing into for junior and senior season. And, man, you got to be excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a list of all the seniors tonight? Let's go ahead and honor these guys since they're doing it on the field.
Yeah, if you're watching left to right on your screen out there, or if you're not, but number 0 is George McNaughton. Number 2, Jagger Neves. 5, Trip Palmer. 8, Rias Blackhorse. 9, Nash Young. 11, Grady Lacey. 12, Jonas Jepson. 31, Cole Duke. 34, DJ Willis. 42, Stetson Black. 54, Tyler Skid Steer Jacobson. 55, Remy Watcott. 56, Cash Palmer. And then number 80, Kai Fox. And I'll tell you, a lot of those seniors are starters. A couple of those seniors that we mentioned, you talk about Stetson Black and Kai Fox, out with season injuries. A couple of those seniors have been hurt off and on throughout the season.
Yep.
But then you've got a couple of those seniors who get in on special teams and get in cleanup time. And they're just, those are the kids, I'm talking about the Rias Blackhorses, the Grady Lacey's, DJ Willis. Those are the kids as a coach, the Tyler Jacobsons. And I found out today that was his nickname, Skid Steer.
Yeah, I wonder how you get that nickname. I was going to ask.
I don't know.
If you just learned that today, you might not know.
But those are the kids, we always talk about the Jaggers and the Trips and those guys in the broadcast because they're the ones that are out there making the plays and they're big time. But those seniors that are there as role players that don't necessarily get on the field a lot, that don't get their name called over the loudspeaker a lot, they're the ones as a coach that you value in your program because they're the ones that are pushing those other seniors, those juniors that are ahead of them to not be complacent week in and week out, to work hard week in and week out, to work hard during the summer because they know there's a kid there wanting that spot.
Right.
And as a head coach or as a position coach, you love having those kids on your team. And I know sometimes they feel like they may not be valuable because they don't get a lot of playing time. But I'll tell you, if coaching, head coach, defensive coordinator, those kids are probably the most valuable to the team just because of the fact that they push your starters.
Yeah.
And they make your starters better. And I hope they know that, they recognize that. It's the same in every sport, I believe. Those kids that are those second level, third level kids, they're the ones that make your first levels the way they are is because they have to keep competing to keep their spot.
Right.
So you don't so that kid doesn't take it. So kudos to those seniors for sticking it out. We saw a lot of those kids get a lot of playing time last week, of course, against Grand. Did some good stuff, and so look forward to see them this week as well. But kudos to the senior football players. They'll be missed for sure at the end of this season whenever it wraps up.
Yeah, it's amazing that it is starting to get to that point where we're talking about wrapping up. Obviously, these last 2 games of the regular season and then the playoffs. And for San Juan, you like to take a look that they're going to have a bye week, that first round of the playoffs. As you see now on StreamUtah.Live, the Broncos entering the field with their traditional group of American flags coming out of that San Juan Bronco tunnel down at the south end of the field. And the crowd gets up. We're getting set to have the national anthem. The San Juan Band is going to present that tonight. And I think maybe we'll keep it here and let you hear that here tonight as we get set to go. So we'll turn it over to the PA now and let you hear how this is announced here and let you hear the national anthem tonight from the San Juan Band.
This time, please rise and join us in paying tribute to this great nation. I apologize, I am not sure who's doing our national anthem tonight, but that band.
So it looks like we're going to have someone from the Native Club probably out here, Rhett, to perform the national anthem.
Join us in our national anthem.
And there's the Star Spangled Banner in Navajo tonight before this senior night kickoff for the San Juan Broncos against the Emery Spartans. We are about set to go. The American flags coming out of the end zone for San Juan. We'll step aside and take one final break. We'll come back for the opening kickoff here tonight. Stay with us. It is Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding. It's Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Even during commercials there, those of you on Stream Utah got a chance to see the coin toss. The Broncos are going to be receiving the opening kick here tonight. Art, they love to do that. Gives the offense a chance to try to get them on the board right off the get-go here.
Yeah, it'd be exciting. I love it when they get the ball first. So you get the blood pumping out there and put the defense to work for the opposing team, and typically it works out well for the Broncos. And talk about senior night, we got some studs sitting right in front of us. We got Cooper Black and Jensen Grover right here, Rhett. And they probably can't hear us, but they're alumni, and we used to call their names a lot a few years ago.
Yeah, there's a bunch of some alumni here tonight on senior night to check it out. Cheer on the Broncos, which they've been a part of this run over these past 4.5 years now of winning 4 straight championships. This year the team trying to do it for a 5th straight time. There's an up back who ends up getting this ball here kind of midway through the pack, as that was a nice little pooch kick from Emery. Put it into no man's land right there and almost caused the Broncos some trouble, but a good job right there to secure that ball, and the Broncos have it at their 32.
Yeah, it almost looked like they were just trying to pooch it over that first line, see if they could get maybe a little onside kick, catch the Broncos sleeping, and Brick Palmer able to come up with the kick there.
Sure hands Palmer. Obviously one of the receivers for San Juan. The chain gang is a little slow to the party here. They're not sure what they were doing, if they were in conversation way down here on the other end of the field. But
well, you'll remember last week they had to give CPR to one of those one of those chains. They were down there thumping on it. So.
And I know the clock needs CPR. That clock operator has to use a manual horn. If you put on the auto horn, it crashes the board. The Broncos, speaking of crashing the board, right up the middle. Who else but Jagger Neves, the senior, is going to gash Emery on play number 1 right up the middle all the way inside the Emery 30.
What a play, what a lead, a little lead action there by his offensive line to get out there and open up a huge hole. He wasn't touched till 15 yards down the field.
I'm going to say that was a 47-yard run. And now throwing is Bo Yeomans. Hits Trip Palmer on the right side, and he goes in immediately. These guys are moving the chains so fast, I'm trying to figure out.
The chains weren't even set.
Yeah, there's no need. Okay, yeah, I was going to say. So it must have been a 20. I'm not sure where that play originated. Maybe we'll get a view of
26.
it here. Yeah, 26-yard pass from Bo Yeomans to Trip Palmer. And so let me get this here real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by here.
Yeah, they went so quick on that, and then Yeomans throws the 2-point conversion out here to Jagger Neves. And so now they add 2 more points, so it's 8-0, but they went so fast on that play, the down marker wasn't even set. They were still 10 yards off trying to get there, and they ran the play. And, you know, as an official, you want to make sure the down marker's set before, but these things happen, I guess.
Man, I'm having trouble with my deal here. I'm not sure. I guess there's a certain order you got to do stuff. It's a 26-yard touchdown pass. I think we've got that. We need to see if we can.
So 1 first down and a touchdown in 2 plays on that drive.
There you go. So,
not bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all. The pass to Trip Palmer. I think I finally got it entered in the right way. We've got a a first half touchdown pass just like that. And for Yeomans, his 19th touchdown pass of the season. For Trip Palmer, his 9th touchdown reception of the season. And now Emery returning the kick, and that was some good speed over on the far side, hitting the Bronco coverage team, and a decent return for Emery out across their own 25 to the 26. So it will be 1st and 10 for Emery. Looks like it was number 9 on the return, Leroy for Emery. So the Spartan offense on the field for the first time tonight after the defense allows a San Juan touchdown using only 2 plays. So, yeah, I mean, if it wasn't, it would have been 1 play. Jagger Neves only had 2 guys to beat there. He would have gone all the way, but they were able to stop him by a shoelace. Now Emery goes to the ground on first down. And the first carry of the night to Bo Stilson. And it goes for short yardage. 2 yards, it looks like. Cash Palmer on the tackle for San Juan. It'll be 2nd down, and I'm going to say 8. They've got that ball at the 28-yard line now, starting at the 26. And Trig Jensen will bring him to the line of scrimmage, working from the shotgun. Has 1 running back on either side of him back there. And he'll send one of those guys in motion. Palmer will now throw to the right side and connects with his man. That was the motion man. And he's going to go for about 7 yards. It'd be a yard shy of a first down.
They had him pretty much after he caught the ball, but unable to make the tackle and wrap up. And I know that's been a point of emphasis on this coaching staff in the last couple of weeks, is wrapping up, securing the tackle.
And that was Garrett Conover on the first catch of the night. They mark him 2 yards shy. I've already given him 7 yards, so I think I might just have to keep it there. But now this time Trig Jensen is all by himself in the backfield. I think I said Palmer. His name is Jensen. I think that's Jensen back there. It looks like he's going to keep it himself, whoever it is, and he's going to be really close to a first down. It is Jensen. And I think he gets a yard here. It's going to be shy of a first down by inches.
Now let's see if after 2 plays San Juan scores. I think if you're Emery, you got to punt this. 4th and 1. We'll see if they try to sneak it up the middle.
Either that or they're going to try to make San Juan jump offside. They are going to snap the ball, and the Broncos get the push, and they do not allow the quarterback sneak to get any yardage. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Broncos will have the ball at the Emery 34.
And I don't know if that's just something they traditionally run if they're 4th and under 1 or 4th and 1. And so that's just something they've got built in, or if they saw something they believe on film that they could get a yard off that quarterback push. I just don't know why you run that, though, on your side of the field.
Right.
This early in the game, I punt the ball.
Well, they did not. Emery elected to go for it, and it may come back to bite them as they've given San Juan the football going downhill here in Emery territory. And speaking of downhill, no, I thought it was handed off to Jagger Neves. Yeomans keeps it himself, and he'll go off right tackle for 8 on the QB keeper that time after the play action.
Yeah, and Neves is eager to get in the end zone because he's right now tied for 5th in the state with 68 touchdowns. He's 3 away from 4th place and 4 away from 3rd place in the state, according to George Felt.
There you go. And here is Bo Yeoman scrambling now, trying to find a place to go. They swept him to the left side this time, and it didn't work too well, but he is going to get 2 yards and enough to move the chains. So I say it doesn't work well, but just like that, the Broncos have a new set of downs. They've got the ball at the 30 going downhill here. Sorry, that's at the 25 now. Jagger Neves will get the handoff. He goes to the outside, to the sideline, makes a move back to the inside, cuts it up to the end zone, goes in for a 25-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos are up 14-0. 8:55 left in the first quarter. They strike for 2 quick touchdowns here and are up.
And what a move by Jagger. And unfortunately for you on the radio, you can't see that poetic emotion there, but he just put the Emery defender in quicksand and just juked him out of his shoes going around that end. Nice move, nice cut to get into the end zone for Jagger.
Looked like he was going to go just right down the sideline, but when he made that cut, that guy went sailing out of bounds, and the Broncos are able to add the 2-point try here. Yeomans must have hit someone with a pass. I didn't see it marking down stats, but it was to Trip Palmer. Thank you, sir. And it looks like Jagger Neves now.
We're going to have to give thanks to Mr. Dirk Knight, the clock operator, because he was on the money with that one.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. And for Jagger Neves, it is his 26th rushing touchdown. And you said what, 69th total touchdown of the season?
69 now, so he's 2 away. We're going to kind of keep track of this as we go tonight.
I'm trying to figure out. You say 69 touchdowns?
69, yep.
I've got him for 25 rushing, and
that's over his career.
Oh, career!
So this is statewide career.
Thank you.
So he's tied for 5th in the state.
All right, I'm no longer confused.
And he's also tied for 5th in points scored over his career with 424, and now plus another 6 there. So
wow,
it'll be 430.
So a couple of Emery guys ran together on the kick return here, but they were able to figure that out. They're going to have the ball basically right where they were last time to start, just a little bit shy of the 25. So right now, all the play happening right near the Emery 25-yard line, but the Broncos have opened up a 2-touchdown lead plus the 4 extra points via two-point conversions. And the Emery offense back out now, starting at their own 24. And we'll see if Trig Jensen can get him going this time, the junior quarterback. Working from the shotgun with a guy on either side in that backfield. And Trig Jensen will hand off to Conover. And it's not going to be a whole lot, maybe a yard to the 25 in a crowd there. That's a couple yards in a cloud of dust for sure, if there were dust here tonight. But
yeah, Max Stearns and Thomas Harden both in there on that stop. Trip Palmer had a bead on the other back. Luckily for him, he didn't get the handoff on that play.
So a catch and a run now for Garrett Conover. And Emery back to the line of scrimmage with a 2nd down and 9 at their own 25. We are just nearing 4 minutes into this game. The Broncos up by 2 touchdowns plus a couple of 2-point conversions. On the rollout, Trig Jensen throws on the run and throws into the dirt there, so incomplete on his 2nd attempt of the night. And that will bring up a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, real low pass, hit the grass about a yard in front, but Andrew Nielsen was there in perfect coverage, and he's kind of lucky that ball did go low because Andrew actually had position on it, and we know how Andrew likes to go get those those picks.
Yep.
Those interceptions.
Yep. All right, big 3rd down for Emery here. I dare say if they can't convert here, they should punt, but they elected not to in their last possession, and man, there's a big hit at the line of scrimmage as Trig Jensen tried to take it himself. A couple of Broncos linebackers stepped in there to drill him and stop him short. It'll be 4th and 9.
Yeah, little quarterback draw there, and 4 of those Broncos, none of them were fooled by that little draw.
Not at all. And so
traditional punt now.
Yeah, San Juan's going to send Jagger Neves back to receive as Emery lines up at a punt. The Broncos overload the left side of the line, maybe trying to get in and block this thing, but they're not able to penetrate enough. The kick is away. Jagger Neves bobbles it momentarily at the 50, but now takes it, and he's going to return it back into Emery territory near the 36-yard line, it would appear. 7:17 to go in the opening quarter, a 16-0 lead. The Broncos have the ball in Emery territory again. Let me say hi back home to my boys, Alan and James, listening tonight, and my wife, Abby. Hi, guys. Love you all. And I'll be back home after everybody's in bed tonight, I think. So that's how it goes. Love you guys. 1st and 10 for San Juan here. 7:15 to go in the opening quarter. Bo Yeomans has all day to pass and finds an absolutely wide open Trip Palmer in the middle of the field. It's a 37-yard touchdown pass. Who was supposed to be covering Trip Palmer? Whoever it was, let him get wide open.
He stumbled a little bit. The defender got tied up in his own feet. That tall grass sometimes catches your cleat, even though the grass is really short. But just stumbles and trips, got that stride that is like twice of most guys' strides with those big old long legs.
Yes.
So you give him a little bit, he's going to take a mile. And Yeomans throws another 2-point, now this time to Cole Duke.
So they connect on the 2-point conversion as well, but a 26-yard touchdown pass and a 37-yard touchdown pass for Bo Yeomans now, and it looks a lot like the stat line from last week. He's a perfect 2 of 2. Every time the Broncos touch the ball almost tonight, they're scoring. And for Trip Palmer, his second touchdown catch of the night. And he's already got 63 yards receiving here, so the Broncos are well on their way already here, just not quite 5 minutes into the game, up 24-0.
I really like how Yeomans was patient on that throw. I was watching him, and I just kind of glanced downfield to see what receivers were in routes, and he waited just long enough for Trip to get into that post route, and then didn't hurt that the Emery defender trips a little bit, and then just lays it in there so Trip can go nice, easy pitch and catch as the rain is starting to fall on the field, Rhett.
Well, there you go. Well, we'll see how that bodes. I do hope it won't start blowing in here. We'll have to change our whole lives if it does. But here's Emery with a good return now. And a last man tackle here for Cole Duke. And I don't know if I would call that a touchdown saving. There were some guys pursuing, but where he was standing, he was the last man for San Juan, and Emery returns it up to their own 37.
That was a great return and great blocking up the middle. That's just a middle wedge that Emery's running right there on their kick return, and they blocked it out like crazy, able to give him a chance to get up there. And, yeah, they may have caught him, but Cole Duke did what he needed to do as a safety man there in the kickoff team.
And I misspoke. It's actually the 36-yard line where Emery is. And they're taking a long time to snap this ball on first down. Trig Jensen is all by himself. Empty set in the backfield, so he's got 4 receivers to look at. He's going to air one out over the middle, and that was overthrown by about 5 yards, intended for Bo Stilson, and the incompletion makes it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Trip Palmer out there in coverage, so if it would have been only overthrown by maybe a yard or two, Trip comes up with that one.
Yeah, he was the taller of the two for sure. He's got that length.
Sometimes an incomplete pass is a good pass.
Yes. Am I smelling some smoke? I think I see some smoke out there. I don't know if...
I think that's just the fog rolling in, the cool, crisp air and the rain. It's going to be a wintertime matchup here.
I know what I'm smelling. I'm smelling the grill. I'm smelling hamburgers. That's what that is. On 2nd down and 10, Emery goes to the ground. And speaking of Bo Stilson, he gets his 2nd carry of the night. It's going to go for 1. So right now, the Emery offense having trouble getting a lot of production. It's looking a lot like the game last week that we saw with Grand County here in town.
Yeah, a lot of pressure inside the tackle box by the San Juan defense, given the quarterback and running backs fits.
3rd down and 9 now for the Emery Spartans as Jensen takes the snap in the shotgun, immediately rolls out to his right, tried to cut it up. I don't know if that was a designed quarterback sweep. I'm guessing he didn't find anybody open downfield. And he's only going to get about a yard, and so it will be another 4th down for Emery.
Yeah, Jonas Jepson does a great job of coming up making a tackle, but I want to say I think it was Remy. He just came off. Remy Walcott, his guy got into him, and he wasn't getting off him, but he was extending the play to the sideline. As a defensive tackle, defensive end, you want to string that out to the sidelines, those plays, and make your guy take you out there if you can't get by him. So great play by the defensive tackle.
Emery's going to punt it away to Jagger Neves again. This time they punt it to the right side and out of bounds. They didn't want Jagger to be able to return that ball, so finally Emery will pin San Juan on the Broncos side of midfield, only just though. Looks like San Juan will have the ball at the 41 where that one went out of bounds. So not a very long kick. I'm going to say that was a 10, 20, about a 30-yard punt. So not too shabby, I guess, but the Broncos on their own side of midfield to start for the first time tonight.
And we'll see if we can get Neves up to fourth place all time in the state of Utah here. He needs 2 more touchdowns. And the problem with scoring so many points in the first half is these starters don't get a lot of action in the second half. So you've got to go get it early. You got to go eat when you can eat.
Yeah. And you talk about eating when you can eat. Jagger Neves surely did that last week. He had 6 touches in the game and 6 TDs, I believe, all over the place, on the ground, through the air, and even in the kick team. This pass over the middle is incomplete. And that's the first incompletion for Bo Yeomans this evening. So that'll stop the clock with 5:37 to go.
I think he was looking for Tripp there. He just led him a little too far. He also had Mike and Keith on this outside wide open too.
And there was a bunch of traffic up the middle there where he elected to throw that. Now they'll go to Jagger Neves on an out route, and Neves will make the catch and now weaves his way through a bunch of Emery players all the way down to the 20 of Emery. That'll be a 10, 20, 30, 40-yard pass from Yeomans to Neves out of the backfield.
Great little read there, taking what the defense has given you. You've got one of the best running backs in the state. Just roll him out there, throw him a quick little toss, and let him go to work.
And they'll get ready to go again. It looks like it went down inside the 20 to the 19. So I'm going to say that was probably 42 yards, and that was nearly intercepted as that went off the hands of Cole Duke and falls incomplete. It looks like he was looking to cut it upfield before he secured that ball, and it almost bounced into an Emery defender's hands there.
Yeah, that was way close. That Emery kid, he's looking at his hand saying, "Why'd you fail me?"
And same with Cole Duke. They both had the same look. And they'll go back to the ground as Yeomans hands off to Jagger Neves. He'll skip his way out of bounds on the near side here. That was a strange ending to that play. Did they whistle that down?
No, he just got out there. There was 3 or 4 white shirts out there going to make the tackle. He knew there was nowhere to cut back up. So step out of bounds and go back. There's no reason to, to cut back in and get yourself in a situation where you get hurt.
So Neves gets 8 on that run. He'll take the handoff again, off left tackle this time. Finds a seam, and he goes down to around the 5-yard line. That'll be a 5-yard gain and moves the chains. Actually, no chains. That's going to be 1st and goal.
First third down of the night for the Broncos, and they convert it.
And that was by virtue of the incompletion. And then, Jagger didn't get the first down on that 2nd down run. So Yeomans and Jagger in the backfield. Neves, I should say, in the backfield as Bo Yeomans takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Neves, throws into the end zone. Touchdown for Cole Duke on the catch. And San Juan increases the lead to 30-0. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Bo Yeomans to Cole Duke.
Yeah, great little just quick in route there by Cole Duke. Finds the space. Yeomans waits on him, gives him the ball quick, and now they go for 2 as Yeoman throws it up to the corner of the end zone, and Tripp Palmer brings it down.
So
right in the corner, man.
Broncos are perfect on the 2-point tries tonight as Cole Duke gets a touchdown catch, his first catch of the night, a 5-yarder. And for Duke, that's his 2nd touchdown reception of the season, and now 3 touchdown passes in this first half for Bo Yeomans in the first quarter even. So he's up to 21 on the season. And the Broncos obviously well underway here now, up 32-0, and still 4:36 left in this first quarter.
Yeah, they just showed that touchdown on replay on StreamUtah.Live, and Tripp just going up. And I've mentioned that a lot this year. That right there would be a go-to play for me, calling plays in this offense. You get Tripp out there, heads and tails above everybody, every defender he's going to see. Man, you just got to give him a chance. Throw it to the corner where only he can go get it, and he goes up, catches the ball, comes down. He gets 2 feet in, so it would have been good even in the pros.
Yeah. Here's a high short kick. And fielded on one bounce by Emery. Now cutting to this side is the ball carrier. I'm thinking that is still number 9, Cray Leroy. It is, and he gets up to around the 38-yard line with this, the 28-yard line with this return. Quincy Singer making the stop for San Juan on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Emery now. Again, only 4:30 left, or I should say still 4:30 left in this first quarter. The Broncos up 32-0. So already nearing a running clock situation, a very similar game or start to what we saw last week with Grand County here in town. And here is Jensen throwing to the outside, completes it for Emery. And this will go, I think, for 8, depending on where that receiver is knocked out of bounds over there.
Took out our chain over there, and
yeah,
hopefully it's not all bent up.
That chain can't face any more damage. And it looks like that was, let's see, we'll say an 8-yard pass.
It looks bent. If you can see that, Red, it's got quite the bow in that chain now.
Oh, my goodness. I have gotten myself all messed up now.
Under center again for Emery here. Quarterback runs up, fakes the handoff, rolls out to pass, got a man open.
And it's caught at the 40, and Emery is going all the way down inside the San Juan 30 to the 25. I have really gotten myself messed up.
Great play design there by Emery to come up. Your short yardage, and the last time you were in short yardage, you came up under center. You ran the quarterback sneak, so you get the defense thinking, oh, we got to really plug the middle here. And then you roll out, fake the handoff, roll the opposite way, and then throw downfield. And unfortunately for the defense, they let a guy behind them as they come back now in the traditional shotgun set. Snap to the quarterback.
So my apologies, guys. I've somehow on my computer zoomed in my whole screen, and I can't even see my screen anymore, so I don't know what I did, to be honest with you. I know it had something to do with these keys down here, so I might have to figure it out on a break. But Emery down inside the 30 here with a 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass. Yeah, I'll have to figure out the command to unzoom my screen as soon as I can take a break here.
I would love to help you, but I know nothing about computers.
Yeah, me neither. So I know that. Yeah, here, I'll figure it out here in a second, unless you can.
Emery back in the gun, brings a guy in motion, across the formation.
Jensen takes the snap in the shotgun.
Screen.
And they'll throw to the left side, complete, all the way down to the 10 now. And that'll move the chains. Another 1st down for Emery.
Just a little bit of a side screen. They bring their line down, block out that outside, throw the ball out there to that up back, and then he just makes it work. And, yeah, Emery, good shape here as their 1st and goal, where they're about the 9-yard line.
Yeah.
9.5 maybe by the tip of the ball.
And Jensen brings him up to the line of scrimmage at the 9, working from under center here. So suddenly the Emery offense has come alive. And he'll fake a handoff in the backfield, throw to the end zone, and had a man open, unable to connect. It's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, and number 20 was wide open, and unfortunately for the Broncos, he had a step on him. And if that ball is just brought down a little bit and not rushed, Emery has 6 on the board here.
Yeah.
So it brings up 2nd now and goal. As Emery huddles here, Rhett.
So we've got the time stopped with 3:12 to go in the opening quarter. And 32-0 San Juan. So still plenty of time left in this first quarter.
Got to be real careful not to let those receivers get inside leverage on your defensive backs here.
Another man in motion for Emery. They'll throw into the end zone. The intended receiver fell down. And I think those two may have gotten tangled up, the defender for San Juan and the intended receiver. They don't call a penalty.
Well, the official did look like he was going to reach, and then they both met eyes. They confirmed that the feet got tied up, which is what happened. And so you're not going to call that on their feet getting tied up. I know Emery's over there not very happy about it, wanting it, but definitely from the replay you can see that that was just a, incidental contact basically with their feet.
So should be 3rd down and goal now, I believe, at the 9.
It is 3rd and goal.
And so San Juan looking for a big stop here with just over 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Jensen will drop back for Emery. Rolls to his right, out of the pocket, throws deep in the end zone. Flags fly. Was the ball caught in the end zone? It was. It's a touchdown for Emery.
We're going to see if he pushed off here. Who the PI's on.
Well, I've got my screen back, but
it's going to be PI on the defense, so the touchdown will stand.
Wowzers. So touchdown for Emery as they strike, and I've missed that entire drive, unfortunately. And so I'll have to try to manufacture some stats. I didn't see who caught the touchdown, so I don't know if it's okay. No, it's good.
PAT's up and looks like it's good.
Yep, right through, so that makes it 32-7, and it looked like San Juan was going to run away with it, but Emery has answered their first touchdown of the night. We're going to step aside with exactly 3 minutes to go. 32-7 now for San Juan. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce. Earn a high school diploma or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emery Telcom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emerytelcom.com for details today.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. I'm still trying to right the ship here. I've got everything messed up, unfortunately, on my screen, so I'll try to get to it as Bo Yeomans throws a pass complete to Jagger Neves. He won't step out of bounds. He's going to go all the way down inside the 25. That originated somewhere around midfield, so I'm going to say a 26-yard pass.
Getting rained on here now through the hatch as the rain continues to fall here on the field.
Oh yeah, you are. Man, that's happened before, I know.
Jagger Neves up the middle now. Oh, and he trips. Hopefully that you hate to see that kind of trip because you just never know.
Yeah, that's not a Trip Palmer.
And he comes up and he planted his foot and then just went down. So you worry about those, but it looks like he's fine as it brings up second and 3.
So a 7-yard run for Neves as Yeomans will throw into the end zone now, and it's caught by Brig Palmer. That was a beautifully placed pass by Bo Yeomans. He makes the catch, and it is a 17-yard touchdown pass for Yeomans to Brig Palmer. Wow. That was beautiful.
Love how they're just, getting the ball around. You're not just going to the same guy, letting the Emery defense key off of one or two guys. You're really spreading the ball. Bo's doing a good job at making his reads, finding the open man, and just like his brother tripped in on his touchdown, Brig climbs the ladder and makes a great catch.
A 17-yarder. We'll get some stats in a minute as the Broncos connect once again on a 2-point conversion. And I didn't see,
George McNaughton.
Did he run it in?
Nope, on a pass.
And everybody's donning the rain gear here now. Rain right now coming straight down, so that bodes well for us here in the booth with our equipment, but we'll see if that stands. Meanwhile, it's back up to a 33-point lead for San Juan, 40-7 here in Blanding tonight. 2:13 to go in the opening quarter still. We are still in the opening quarter And so San Juan has increased the lead back up to 33, and obviously one more score will get them in a running clock situation, but Emery was able to strike. That was a touchdown pass.
And that rain is really coming
down
down
it is
now,
really
Rhett,
coming
for
down.
you that are listening on the radio or maybe out of the Blanding area. It's really coming down.
And the kickoff is returned by Emery. This is not their normal kick returner or the one who's been doing it so far tonight, and they're going to get a decent return out around their own 30. And let's see if I can figure some things out here. I know I missed most of that drive, unfortunately, on my stats for Emery. So my Emery stats are going to be a bit messed up. I know there were a couple of incomplete passes, but there was a long pass. And I'm going to estimate, let's see, I think that was probably 5, 10, 20, 30. I think that was probably a 50-yard pass. And I'm guessing it was to number 23.
Emery goes under center here, Rhett. The rain must be either a factor for them or they just like what their offensive set has out of the, under center.
So
bring their quarterback up.
Jensen hands off this time. Is that correct, or did he pass to that guy? It's a little pitch. So that was to Garrett Conover, who was the man who caught the touchdown pass, and I think he caught the 50-yarder as well. And so these stats are not quite on the mark, but somewhere around the correct thing.
I think I'm going to take a shower here underneath this.
Well, you've done this before. I know you've protected me from rain.
Always.
They're going to, they've got it closed somewhat now, so that's good. But, man, it is some hard rain coming down out there right now.
And ball control now. And right there, you see, and that's a live ball.
Oh, and so Emery gave up on that ball.
No,
was that
they're going to say it was a forward pass, but it looked like that was backwards to me.
So Emery gets a break right there.
Let's see. He's standing on the 32. He throws it from the 30. That's a backwards pass. So that's a backwards pass. That's a live ball.
Yeah, so that should have been a fumble recovery for San Juan, but they're going to call it an incomplete pass. So Emery catches a major break there. You can see it on StreamUtah.Live.
And they just called a false start on Emery. So, yeah, even though that thing's halfway closed, I'm still getting red. So I guess I'm going to start donning some rain gear as it brings up third down. For the Spartans.
Man, you're taking a bit of a shower here, huh? As Jensen hands off, and this is going to go nowhere. Into a crowd of San Juan defenders goes the ball carrier, and that's not Conover this time. That's number 28. Oh, that is Conover, but it's Traxton Conover this time. So he gets no yardage on that carry, and that brings up a fourth down.
Gotta love football in the rain.
Yeah.
You gotta love the mud bowls, the slipping and sliding.
Yeah, there's no mud out there yet, but we'll see. And I don't know if this game will go long enough tonight to make it a mud bowl. Now we do get the breeze blowing in on us. The wind has changed a little bit. I can see a slant in that rain. I'm just hoping it doesn't start coming in from the front, because if it does, we get in trouble when that happens with all of our equipment in here. But right now we're hanging on as San Juan allows this punt to go out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos from their own, it looks like 42-yard line.
Well, you wouldn't think sitting in this booth here, Rhett, that I'd have to don my rain gear, but I can feel the rain coming down my back. And, it's not sweat because I'm not doing that much exercising right now. So, and then we've got the umbrellas now. So we're going to have to rely on our StreamUtah.Live if they get too high as the Broncos go back to work quick. Oh, nice catch by Nash Young.
That's going to go for, it looks like 10 yards, or are they going to spot him? They're going to spot him at, looks like right at the stick. So a 10-yard catch for Nash Young as Bo Yeomans connects again, and the Broncos in business again.
That is a hard catch to make in the dry, let alone a diving catch with a wet ball, wet hands in the rain.
And the Broncos will go back to the ground now as Jagger Neves takes a handoff. He gets to the sideline, tries to cut inside. You can see that the cutting has kind of slowed down a little bit for Jagger Neves. He's not able to make that sharp cut too much anymore, but he is going to get 20 quick yards right there for San Juan. So the Broncos move the chains again and are in Emery territory with just 16 seconds to go here. Clock should start here, I think. I guess it's not going to until the snap. There's that shuttle pass. Young was slung around but stays on his feet somehow, and he's going to make positive yardage after what should have been a loss. That's going to be a 4-yard, 5-yard catch.
Great continued blocking by Gage Palmer, number 70, as he realizes that his buddy was not taken down, and so he goes right back into blocking mode and turns around and just lights up one of the Emery guys.
And that only took a few seconds. Still 7 seconds left now on a 2nd down and 6 play. Yeoman's pump fakes to the sideline here now, throws in the dirt at the feet of Jagger Neves. I think he was expecting Neves to cut upfield maybe.
And they're going to call that a backwards pass, and that's going to be a fumble. So it's going to go out of bounds. So,
wow, so they'll lose yardage on this.
And I don't know what the play was or what the confusion was, because it almost looked like no one was running routes.
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
must
not
have
sure.
they must have expected a running play. It looks like there was a miscue between Yeomans and his offense there.
So let's see what they do. So, no, they're calling it just incomplete.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say they got to return the favor. If they called Emery's incomplete, that one's got to be incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 now. As the horn sounds to end the first quarter, Yeomans will take it up the middle, and he'll go for 5, 10, almost 15 yards. It looks like a 13-yard run for the sophomore.
And a good play to end the quarter on after a kind of a play that felt like nothing was really going on. Yeomans dropped back to pass, but as you watch the receivers, no one really got into a route. I don't know if that was a designed throw to Jagger, but then he just kind of throws it in the dirt and then come back to get the first down in the quarter on a positive play as we flip the field. And the rain has
stopped,
it looks like.
Temporarily, yeah. At least for now, it stopped. So I have miraculously gotten my screen back set. It took me almost a quarter. As we move to the second quarter, it's a 40-7 lead for the San Juan Broncos. We will step aside and we'll return for the start of the second quarter. Stay with us. Live from Blanding, Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you'll gain real-world skills and turn your talent into opportunity. Learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career starting today.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing and Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Back to Blanding, San Juan High School, Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live on a Thursday night as Jagger Neves bangs his way into the end zone. They're going to say he was a yard short.
Nope, they gave
him.
Touchdown.
Jagger Neves goes in. I did not see any of the judges signaling touchdown. And so Neves goes in from, let's see, around 20 yards out. We'll give him a 20-yard touchdown run. And for Neves, that is his second rushing touchdown of the night. And the Broncos are up 46-7, just underway in the second quarter. So Jagger Neves.
And now look at this formation for the 2-point. You got Remy Watcott back there at tailback, and they're going to give him the ball.
Remy Watcott will try to rumble his way in. He gets some help from a little bit of his friends back there, and they push him in. They're going to say no.
Yeah, they're going to say he was stopped about a half a yard short.
Man, how can you tackle Remy Watcott? That was impressive. I guess he comes down right near the goal line. All the Broncos thought he was in. They really wanted to will him across the line.
Well, I'm sure if we had instant replay after watching that one on StreamUtah.Live, after watching the replay, he actually comes down on the Emery player. So he's not down yet.
Yeah.
And then as he rolls over, he reaches the ball out. So I think if we had instant replay in high school football, he may collect that 2-point conversion.
There you go. So he does not, and it's going to remain 46-7 officially here tonight. Remy Watcott does not get on the stat sheet with a scoring play. That is too bad for Remy Watcott. We've got 3 passing touchdowns now for San Juan and 2 on the ground, both from Jagger Neves.
And he's 1 away from 4th place all time. in touchdowns.
So inching closer to that very steadily here in this ball game. And the Broncos in that first quarter just rumbling out to a big lead. Emery did finally answer, get on the board with a touchdown. They had a nice drive with a long pass that set them up. Now the Broncos kickoff is fielded on a bounce by Cray Leroy, and he cuts to the left and then back up the middle, reverses field, and he'll return the ball out to the 35 on a decent kick return, testing the San Juan kick coverage. And the Broncos do a good job to stay at home and bring him down.
Yeah, just tackling, man. It's one of those things that John Gruden, tackling, man. You got to tackle.
But that's not a bad impression.
Really? I thought it was pretty bad.
1st and 10 for Emery right at their own 35 as Trig Jensen brings them to the line of scrimmage and goes back to the shotgun now that the rain has stopped. So that might be the mode as they go under center when it's a little bit difficult field conditions. There's a run-off tackle and a decent run for number 28, Traxton Conover. Gets 5 yards.
Yeah, nice seal out by the offensive line on the right side to just block down and just give him a wide open lane to make that second level come up and make the stop and take the first level out of the equation. If you're the Emery Spartans, that's exactly what you got to do to get your offense going on the ground.
And so 2nd down and 5 now at the 40. Here's Emery and Trig Jensen working for the shotgun. Same play except up the middle this time instead of around the outside of the tackle, and that did not work. This time Conover runs right into a wall of San Juan defenders, which, that wall's named Chase Razor.
Yeah, and he just, I don't think they saw him because he's, vertically challenged. And he just kind of gets around the end and no one sees him, and all of a sudden, boom, there he is. It's kind of like in the running game. You just, where's the ball, and boom.
That reminds me of a famous Garfield quote. When I was a kid, I used to read the Garfield comics. I'm not overweight, I'm under tall.
That's right. I feel you. I should be like 7'3".
That's right. 3rd down and 5 for Emery. And Jensen is flushed out of the pocket by who else but George McNaughton. And he throws an interception. There is a flag in the secondary. But in the meantime, it's Trip Palmer returning this to the house. So if it stands, it's a pick 6 for Trip Palmer. But I'm guessing it's going to be some pass interference in the San Juan secondary. But, man, what a job by scrambling by Trig Jensen. But he threw back into traffic against his body and was picked off for his troubles.
Either that or a holding maybe.
He somehow avoided the sack from George McNaughton there. He outran him. And
it's a holding call.
And so this will go against San Juan. So, in essence, it's like a pass interference. And that will erase a 50-yard interception return for a touchdown from Trip Palmer. So still no defensive touchdowns on the season for the Broncos.
Yeah, just unfortunate play for the Broncos defense. And just so much happens right there when when a turnover happens that you just get caught in some of those situations sometimes.
And most importantly for Emery, that's going to move the chains for him and give him a 1st down right at midfield. And this coming with 10:16 to go in the first half. And Emery right now is still within reach of preventing this from being a running clock in the second half, but it's nip and tuck for him. Right now, San Juan is up by 39, and this is actually going to go farther into San Juan territory. Oh, it's a spot foul, so the penalty up at the 50. Wow, so I'm really not sure how to score that on my stats. I guess that just ultimately ends up being a huge penalty.
Yeah, it's just no one.
No one
there was
gets
a penalty
the
in
yardage.
zone as well. Maybe there was 2 penalties, what we're hearing from the clock operator.
Wow, so that is going to be at the San Juan 35-yard line, and Emery's in business here as Trig Jensen drops back. Now he panics a little, runs out of the pocket, and throws into the ground here. That ball did not get beyond the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to throw
that
the
is going to
flag.
be a flag for intentional grounding. So that will take some of that yardage away as the rain begins to fall here again in Blanding tonight. This man over here has a gigantic umbrella on the sideline. That's a family-size umbrella. I love that. Of course, in a major wind out here, that's kind of dangerous. You can take flight. This will be, should be, I think, do they lose the down on that? So that'll be 2nd down and 20.
Should be a loss of down, yes.
Yeah, so that'll be 2nd down and 20. Does that count as an incomplete pass against Trig Jensen?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that helps me with my stats. 10-11 to go in the first half, 46-7 for San Juan. If the half ended right now, it would be a running clock in the second half. Look at George McNaughton, man. He was at full speed when that ball was snapped. Nobody picked him up on the block, and he runs the quarterback out on the sideline over here for a loss of 2. If he didn't run out of field right there, he would have tackled that quarterback for a sack right there, but he laid off the tackle because he was headed out of bounds.
And good for him, because if he doesn't, then he gives them, an out-of-bounds hit, a legal hit.
Yeah.
And it gives them 15-yard penalty. So
yep.
Good recognition, because he had a full head of steam. I don't think anybody laid a finger on him coming through that line. And
I don't know.
All he saw was that quarterback, and he was beating in on him.
Yeah, that was like, is he a linebacker or is he?
He's on the end, so he plays.
So that was like
defensive tackle, defensive end.
That was like a defensive end blitz right there, is what that looked like. He just came unabated to the quarterback, and now he's just defeating his man. That man is having a tough time blocking him. Trig Jensen completes a pass over on the far side, but it's going to be for a loss of 3 here. And so not going Emery's way. They've gone backwards ever since getting that penalty.
Great tackle by Andrew Nielsen. Thing of beauty, comes up there and just double legs him, takes him down to the ground. Exactly what you want to see your defensive back do, coming up full speed. That's a great tackle right there.
So Emery was all the way down at San Juan's 35 with a first down, but now they're back at midfield, and looks like they're going to come out in the punt formation here with, it's not Jagger Neves back to receive for San Juan this time. Somebody wearing 20-something, that's 21. So
great punt.
That punt is going to go down to the 1 and will be down right there by Emery. I don't know that I've seen this in high school football. That I think is one of the very rare times I've seen a punt team down the ball inside the 5 against their opponent. So Emery pins San Juan at their own 1.
Yeah, he's lucky. He takes a couple of steps there.
Yeah.
But fortunate for him, he's able to step east and west and not north and south, or he steps in the end zone. So great recognition by that young man to where he's at, as he's able to collect that ball and get it down.
And that may have happened accidentally, Art. I'm not sure, but
hey, we'll give him credit.
You will give him credit. As San Juan goes to the ground, Jagger Neves gets a couple blocks and a crease, busts it to the outside, down the sideline. He comes from the 1. He carries it all the way out near the 30. And so this will be, I think, a 29-yard run for the senior, indeed.
And you can see it in his eyes that he wanted to go to the house on that one, a 99-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, absolutely. Wanted to keep adding to those stats and those career stats. Cole Duke will catch a pass in the backfield here and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Pretty good coverage that time by Emery to prevent any gain.
Yeah, Emery was not fooled on that little quick wide receiver pass there, as they come up and they corral it pretty quick before Duke can even get his hips turned north and south.
That's his second catch of the night, and now Yeomans will go to the air once again, and this time connects with Nash Young, and that's going to go for 15 yards down to the 45. So back-to-back completions. This one actually gets yardage for Bo Yeomans to the tune of 15 yards.
Great read there by Bo. He dropped back. He went through his progression. He was looking for the open guy. Just the progression that he has went through this year as the quarterback to be able to make that read.
And I thought he handed off to Jagger Neves, but he doesn't. Yeoman still has it. Now shuttles it ahead to Brick Palmer on a late decision as the pressure started coming toward him. And Palmer's going to go ahead for 20 yards, I think, after that catch. That was a beautiful play.
Again, recognition. He's running the ball sideline to sideline. The defender comes off of Brigg and comes to the quarterback, and he just flips it out there. It's almost one of those Tom Brady, Peyton Manning kind of things.
It was 18 yards, and this one's going to be just about that again as Neves goes right up the middle, and the chains can't hardly get set. That's going to be, let's see, that's a 5, 10, 15, 20. I think that's about a 23-yard run for the senior. I'm guessing he's going to get it again here in a sec. And I've actually got a chance to catch my breath. No, it's that inside shuttle pass. Goes to Nash Young. He's grabbed by the jersey, and they're still battling for yardage in there. He will get 8 yards, and he'll be down to around the 5-yard line for a 2nd down and 3.
And when you say grab by the jersey, that's exactly right. That Emery player reached out there, grabbed his shoulder pad, jersey right at the shoulder pad, and if he lets go, Nash gets in the end zone.
Yep. That's an 8-yard pass, we'll say. Yeomans will look to pass again, this time into the end zone. A little bit of face guarding in there, but it doesn't matter. Cole Duke still makes the catch on another perfectly placed ball by Bo Yeomans, and it goes for a 5-yard touchdown pass from Yeomans to Cole Duke. Wow.
Yeah, and exactly right, Rhett. That's perfect placement. Sometimes you get real lucky and you throw a great ball like that, and that's just what happens. Nothing away from Bo, but that's a great pass there. I'm not saying he just got lucky, but put the right amount of mustard on that thing, because Cole Duke reached out with his left arm as the defender was all the way inside his body, brings in that ball with that left arm to make that completion. If it's thrown up, down, left, or right, he don't make that catch, but perfect ball placement as we get a PAT kick from Trip Palmer.
And it's good. There you go. Cole Duke has caught 2 touchdown passes tonight, his 2nd and 3rd of those on the season. It's 4 touchdown passes in this first half for Bo Yeomans, and this one makes 22 of those on the season. 7:20 to go in this first half as the Broncos start to pull away now, 53-7. So
start to?
Yeah, well, continue. I would say continue. I mean, at this point, I guess pulling away from the point where Emery was in it to possibly be able to prevent a running clock, but at this point, San Juan's starting to leave them in the dust. You're right. They're going away at this point as.
And the other thing is you're looking at this game with anticipation, not that the San Juan Broncos are looking forward, but I am as an analyst and as a fan at South Sevier next week, who's undefeated. Right. We talked about in the pregame. They played these guys last week, and in the end of the first quarter, Emery was leading in that game. So as Cole Duke kicks it off and then trips with his plant foot, that field is wet out there.
Yeah, and Emery's man over here, Trey Leroy, tried to make a move and no doing there. No grip on the field at all. So,
but what was I saying, Red, is so you kind of look at those characteristics between both games, and right now it looks like San Juan should be favored next week, even though South Sevier is undefeated.
Yeah. For sure.
But we don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse.
No, that's true. But, I mean, at this point, 53-7, it's looking pretty dire for Emery here in this first half. Still 7 minutes 15 to go, though, in this second quarter, as Trig Jensen throws a bullet over the left side and unable to handle that as the intended receiver. So the incompletion will make it 2nd and 10.
Brig Palmer in there to break it up for the Broncos. But, man, George McNaughton again. He is a half a step away almost every play from just lighting up that Emery quarterback.
They are not able to contain him right now, whether he comes in completely untouched or if the man blocking him touches him for a second or two. That's basically been it tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be a hard assignment.
Trips right here for Emery, and they'll go off left tackle, and that gets them some pretty good yardage, right down to the line to gain almost. Looks like a couple yards shy. We'll call it a 9-yard run.
Senior Jonas Jepson in there on the tackle after the Emery runner gets to that second level.
I think that was Traxton Conover, but I'm not sure.
And when you're McNaughton, George McNaughton, you're one of those guys that offenses they like to run away from because they know they can't run to you, so they got to run away from you. They got to go quick.
It is a 3rd down and 1 here for Emery. We'll see if they can convert. They'll hand off again, and it does look like they've gotten plenty of yardage here to move the chains. I think that was the same running back, so let's see who gets up. It's either going to be 23 or 28, and I just haven't been able to get
28.
A good look. Thank you, sir. So that's back-to-back carries for Traxton Conover, and he gets enough to move the chains.
That's their first rushing first down. First rushing first down. Yeah, see, all those first.
And Trig Jensen working for the shotgun with a new set of downs. He'll roll to his right. Throws on the run, has a man, and hits that man over on the near side for a 9-yard catch.
That was 23.
Yeah, that's Garrett Conover, the other guy who has factored in today.
Great route right there. Great ball placement. Great throw by the quarterback on the rollout. Everything lined up right there. Perfect for Emery on that play.
And Trig Jensen is 5 of 12 on the night with 71 yards passing now with that one. And let's see, they'll bring him to the line of scrimmage, taking plenty of time here. Still a lot of time left in this first half for Emery, but they're down by 46 points. That is the big thing for them now. 5:30 to go in this first half. As they send a man in motion, that's Conover. That doesn't narrow things down here. That was a good effort over here. Wow, they're going to say that this catch was made by Bo Stilson in bounds.
Yeah, and it definitely was, and we're probably going to have a great view on the sideline camera here. He gets that left foot, I believe. Nope, because we got the line step in the way there. But, yeah, watching it from up here, it was a good first day. It was a good catch. Definitely got his foot in bounds.
That was a 10-yard reception for Bo Stilson, his first catch of the night, and that was a very convincing catch for him as he was falling backwards and somehow got the toe in. Now Jensen steps into the pocket, but flags do fly in the backfield, so he connects with his receiver, but I'm guessing it's going to come back on a hold here.
Yeah, they grabbed a hold of Cash Palmer, almost tackled him to the grass there, and unfortunately for the Emery offensive tackle, he had a little too much jersey.
That might be the only way they can stop these rushers for San Juan tonight, as both Cash Palmer and George McNaughton have been a handful up there, all the other guys as well. But that'll be first down and 20 now for Emery, back on their own side of midfield at the 41. So it's basically right where they were before they threw that completion a couple plays ago. Now Jensen will send a man in motion out of the backfield, looking like he wanted to try to throw to that guy. And now running out of options, Jensen throws into a crowd. Was that caught?
They're going to say caught.
That is outrageous. What a catch over here. That's a 7-yarder, as diving to get that was Garrett Conover. That was very impressive.
Great coverage downfield, though,
Yeah.
and that's why the quarterback had to take so long to find somebody, and great blocking that time by the Emery Spartan line to give him that much time to actually locate a receiver, and he just threaded it right between the two players.
That was amazing. He had a better view than I did. All I saw was blue and gold down there. Now Jensen on a quarterback draw, and that has not worked all night. It's not going to work here as Jensen loses a yard.
Yeah, Jonas Jepson, Thomas Harden, and Max Stearns all in there for the Bronco blue and gold to stuff that one.
Yeah, Art, I'm kind of surprised after setting a scoring record last week that the Broncos didn't continue with the color rush jerseys, but back to the standard blue and gold here tonight with the gold pantalones and the gold helmet.
Special for homecoming and playoffs for those.
I guess so, yeah. And, you know, they have not worn them in a championship game yet. Just in the semifinals, I think, or even, I think it's been the semifinals each year. Third down and long for Emery now on their own side of midfield at the 46. And Trig Jensen will drop back and has time. Throws into coverage on the far side. Man, that was like those guys did some button hook patterns and were just standing there with coverage. And still Palmer tried his luck, rolled the dice, and it just goes incomplete.
Yeah, and Brig Palmer there to break it up. But there was two receivers right there, and both defenders for the Broncos in great position as it brings up 4th and 14, and Emery will bring back out the punting unit.
Thought you were about to throw an elbow into my face.
They should fake this. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, it's true. What do you have to lose? Yeah, they're in the standard punt formation, I think, for the 3rd straight time, maybe 4th straight time, and they will punt it. This kid can punt, and they downed it on the 1 last time. This one is going to roll toward the sideline, doesn't go out, and it's going to come to a rest around the 15-yard line for San Juan. So the Broncos will have it at their own 15, up 53-7 here. 3:25 to go in the first half. And Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night tonight is brought to you in part, by Bradford Tire, specializing in fast service with fair prices and quality customer care. Also tonight, Colleen Kays, author of the 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power. Creative Floors, covering all of San Juan County's carpet and flooring needs, and Crowley Construction, dirt, roads, driveways, and more. They handle any job, big or small. And they'll hand off on first down as Neves goes right up the middle, and he will get about 7, maybe 8 yards on what looked like a nothing run to start. But, man, he just kept fighting for yardage and kept getting it.
Here's the other thing about our Thursday Night Lights tonight. There's not a lot of Thursday games. There's a handful of them.
Yeah.
But we won't be able to report on a lot of scores.
I know we've got another one on StreamUtah.Live tonight with Monticello in Milford. Milford, of course, one of the top teams in the 8-man ranks. As Neves gets another handoff, and he'll go ahead for 3. That'll be enough to move the chains yet again for San Juan.
The South Sevier Rich game will be held tomorrow. And I'm not sure if that's at Rich or South Sevier. If it's at Rich, it's going to be a 4 o'clock kickoff.
That's an interesting matchup between a team that has gone back and forth between 1A and 8-man ball in Rich. And so South Sevier obviously has a reprieve from region play this weekend as Bo Yeomans connects with Trip Palmer on the far side. And that gashes Emery a little bit to the tune of about 20 yards. So the Yeomans-Palmer connection once again. And that's the first time that Tripp has caught the ball tonight and it didn't go for a touchdown.
And
now we get an option as Yeomans will cut it up, dials his own number and dives ahead down near the 30. That is going to be a big run of 23 yards for the sophomore quarterback.
One of the other things I've seen over this year is Bo get more comfortable with calling his own number and taking that ball and running up the gut and taking that ball, taking the initiative to make those big runs.
And just as you get that out of your mouth, he dials his own number again. Flags fly as he gets into the secondary for Emery. And let's see if it stands. It originated at the 30, would go down to the 10 for another 20-yard run, but looks like it's going to come back. It will be holding, so that'll erase another good run for Bo Yeomans. Man, he's running that option, but he doesn't even threat to pitch it out. He just tucked it up, and the hole was there, so he went off right tackle again. Opposite side that time, but both the same play, and gashed him twice. Unfortunately, it comes back for San Juan.
But that's one of those things we've become accustomed to with San Juan, with Knight last year and then Parker a couple years before, the 2 years before that, is the quarterback being a threat to not just pass but run.
Yeah. And this time another man's running for San Juan. That's Jagger Neves as he gets the handoff, goes around the left end, and that's going to go for exactly 10 yards and another first down for San Juan as it cools down a little bit here tonight after those rains have fallen and stopped on a couple occasions tonight. It was falling pretty heavily early on. And now Neves will get another handoff, and he spins his way down inside the Emery 10 to the 8-yard line. So that will go for 12 yards, and the Broncos moving it with ease here. First and goal for San Juan now. As Yeomans takes the snap in the shotgun, they go hurry up. Hands off to Jagger Neves. They're going to wrap him up after a gain of maybe 6, but there is a flag over on the far side of the field.
And I'm not sure what he's going to call here.
There's nobody over there.
An illegal substitution on Emery is what they're calling.
So it would be a, let's see, that started at the 9 and went down to the 2, so it's actually a 7-yard run. And my guess is the run counts, right, and then they go half the distance, or do they just decline the penalty here maybe?
Well, it should have been a pre-snap.
Well, they're going to allow the run, I guess. Looks like the ball's actually
Yeah, the ref never signaled if they declined it or not, but I'm assuming they did.
Well, it's second and goal from the 3 now after a 6-yard run. Neves is going to get it again. He'll go right off the tail end of his blocker into the end zone untouched. It's a third rushing touchdown for the senior, and that ties him career-wise with number 4 in the state. Is that correct?
It now puts him at number 4. Yep, and I don't know how many guys he's tied with. He was tied with like 16 guys for 5th, so I don't know where that puts him. We'll have to wait for George Felt's statistics to come out next week and give you that information.
Yeah, that's one I need help on that I can't just see looking myself. That's why we love having George Felt. And
bad snap way over the holder's head.
Trip Palmer gets hammered and still on his feet. Yeah, he's going to need to go down here, I think. No, he's still on his feet.
He's going to try
still
to throw it.
He's going to heave it toward the end zone. Has Brig Palmer in there who makes the catch, but they say he's out of bounds. That was absolutely outrageous.
Wow.
Palmer threw that 50 yards to the back of the end zone. Let's confirm. My goodness, I guess it doesn't matter. It's already been ruled. Good camera work. Yeah, he was just a half yard out of bounds. That was a stunning play, though, as somehow Trip Palmer stayed on his feet after a horrible snap on the PAT. Man, oh, man, that was pretty exciting.
No kidding. I thought they were going to take him down or just go down if you're Trip. But, man, he was determined, and if Brig would have had 6 inches forward, he catches that inbounds, but I think he actually stepped out watching the replay before.
Yeah.
So it'd been an illegal touching.
Right. So either way, it was not going to work, but thankfully that was only on the 2-point try. Before that, Jagger Neves gets his 28th rushing touchdown of this season and makes it 59-7 here with 1:28 to go in the first half. All these starters, all these seniors right now racking up the stats in the first half. They're going to see very sparing action in the second half as Emery makes a catch here on the punt, and very tentatively, Cade Perkins almost fumbled that, but he's able to wrap it up as he was hit. And Emery will start at their own 36, it would appear, with 84 seconds left in this first half now. So
one more rushing touchdown by Jagger, and he'll be tied for third.
There you go.
So,
wow.
He was 3 away from fourth at the beginning of the game, 4
Yep.
away from third, so one more. And again, I don't know how many that ties him with, but wow, he could, and we still have a few games left in this season that he could get some more of those.
Yeah, I don't know that he's going to see that here tonight unless the Broncos were to force a turnover here as Trig Jensen goes backward here on this play, a loss of 3 as he was just trying to run for his life there.
Yeah, George McNaughton had the pressure on him, and then he's able to cut back in, and Thomas Harden's right there to collect it with number 78, Keelan Hutchins.
And we're down under a minute to go now in the first half, a 59-7 lead for San Juan, so they have it well in hand. It's very similar to last week. It's going to be a running clock again for the second half, and my guess is we're going to see a lot of guys come in as George McNaughton will get his 13th sack of the season as he finally tackles the quarterback. This is a huge loss. This will be 5-10. That's going to be a 10-yard loss. I think they give him the benefit of the doubt there.
And you knew George was just he was just nipping at that quarterback's heels all half here, and you knew he was going to get one of those eventually in there right before the half ends as they're going to let this run out with 16 seconds. He comes in and makes a big sack.
Yeah,
George them back.
McNaughton was not going to allow that to pass without not allow, I don't know how many straight games he has a sack in now. That'd be a stat to look at, I guess. We had the pleasure of chatting with him after the game last week, which was fun. And that'll do it for the first half. It's a 59-7 large lead for the hometown San Juan Broncos here in their final game at home in this regular season. They are very likely to play a home game in the state quarterfinals here, but this is the final game of the regular season that'll be played in front of the home crowd. And the Broncos going away with it here after one half of play, 59-7. We'll take a break and come back with first half stats as we open the halftime show. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Oh, yeah, I got it. How to nourish plant. How to rescue plant. How to... Where to buy new plant.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Chas today at 435-678-2010 to fill your tank. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lisle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lisle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. It's Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, and we welcome you to the halftime show now. It's Rhett Sifford and Art Adair with you, and we'll take a look first at the Emery Spartans, and it's totally unofficial. I've got them for 95 total yards in that first half, 89 passing, and 6 yards rushing. So obviously the San Juan defense had their way in that first half. In fact, without the scoring drive, the stats would be a lot worse for Emery. And I missed the scoring drive, unfortunately, with technical difficulties I was having with my computer, but I know that it culminated in a 9-yard touchdown pass from Trig Jensen to Garrett Conover. And so for Trig Jensen, he goes over 500 now as far as his touchdown/interception ratio. He's got 7 passing touchdowns on the season with that one now and 6 interceptions. The interception he did throw in this first half was called back on a penalty against San Juan, so that was a bonus. Garrett Conover caught his 5th touchdown catch of the season on that 9-yarder. So really not a whole lot else to mention. Conover does have 79 yards receiving in that first half, 6 catches. Let's see, that's really basically it. There's some small yardage for some of these guys, but again, we mentioned the 89 yards passing for Trig Jensen, and he was 7 of 8 in that first half. Let's switch over to the San Juan Broncos, and Bo Yeomans, 13 of 17. And I think, let's see, that, no, I guess that last pass he threw was not a touchdown. Jagger Neves ran the touchdown in on that last TD. But Yeomans, 13 of 17 in the first half for 230 yards. And his receivers, Trip Palmer, 3 catches, 2 of them touchdowns back in the first quarter. He's got 83 yards on the night, and I'm guessing we're not going to see all these guys back in the game in the second half, maybe just to start the second half, but most of the second half are going to be seeing some JV and some C players probably coming in. Brig Palmer had 2 catches for 35 yards in the first half. One of those a 17-yard touchdown catch. Cole Duke, 3 catches, only 10 yards, but 2 5-yard touchdown catches for him. And then Nash Young was the other target in that first half. As far as wide receivers go, he had 4 catches for 36 yards. Don't let me forget Jagger Neves. He has 2 catches for 66 yards in the first half. So those are all the passing targets for Bo Yeomans. In the running game, San Juan, 265 yards in the first half. 219 of it, of course, for Jagger Neves. And he's got 3 touchdowns, 14 carries so far in this game. And again, he's probably going to be seeing some sparing action in the second half, just with the running clock going on as the team comes back out to warm up for the second half. Other guys carrying the football, looks like it was just Bo Yeomans. He had 4 carries for 46 yards, and so that's it in the running game for San Juan. That's a look at the first half stats. Again, 4 passing touchdowns in the first half, 3 on the ground. San Juan well underway here now, up 59-7 heading into the second half, and we are going to see a running clock for the duration. We're going to step aside. When we return, we'll continue the halftime show, and we'll report some scores from around the area in all the leagues, all the updates that we've gotten. Stay with us. It's Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the 4 corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
San Juan Credit Union, providing exceptional financial products in southeastern Utah for over 60 years, is proud to support our local high schools. With branches in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff, along with an ATM in Montezuma Creek, access to those products is easier than ever. San Juan Credit Union offers checking and saving accounts, bill pay, a wide array of loans, and much more, all on a full-service website and mobile app. Plus, they're federally insured by the National Credit Union Association. San Juan Credit Union, your money, your future, your credit union.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Chas Jacobson today at 435-678-2010 to fill your tank. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. It's the Friday Night Lights, not post-game, it's the halftime report here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. And yes, it is a Thursday night, even though we call it Friday Night Lights. We've got some scores. Not a whole lot of football going on tonight since it is Thursday night. They're kind of spreading them out. There's, even in our area, we have games tonight, Friday night, and Saturday night. So everything's spread out this week on a strange week. Fall break here in southeastern Utah in San Juan County. So thus the Thursday night game, and that's why we've got Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night. Take it away, young man.
We'll give you what we do have in the area. Currently, Monticello, the other game on StreamUtah.Live tonight over at Milford. Milford beating them 48-0 currently. There is Whitehorse playing tonight at Altamont, but there's no score reported for that one. In the 2A, the only other game being played tonight is South Summit versus Judge Memorial. South Summit leads that one 56-0.
Wow.
And then there's no 1A football. In the 3A, Grantsville leading Logan 35-13. Union leading Ben Lomond 28-0. Morgan leading Ogden 31-0. And then not a lot of games in the 3A down. There are quite a few 4A, 5A, and 6A games, but those don't matter to us down here. Go ahead.
We do have some volleyball to update you on. The San Juan Lady Broncos sweeping the Manti Lady Templars tonight. And so for San Juan, they improved to 22-2 on the season. I tell you what, man, those girls are rolling and eyeing a 2A state championship with the sweep tonight at Manti. I was at Manti on the road, and I know their team, Art, is going to finish their regular season against a 6A opponent, kind of mid-ranked 6A opponent, but that's pretty impressive, kind of like a state tournament prep game, I guess, against a big school.
I believe their last game is it Saturday they have? I mean, their last home game is this weekend, something like that.
I'd have to check,
I think they play Grand is what I heard. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they play Grand on Tuesday, and so that's probably going to be senior night. And then they'll be at Riverton on Thursday, and that's that game against 6A Riverton. So look at these. We got some clowns in front of us now. We got these.
We already talked about Cooper and crap, I'm having a brain fart. Jensen earlier, but they didn't hear us. Now they're offering us popcorn.
Yeah, now they're coming through the window here on us.
Their days of pounding it out on the gridiron are over, and now they're up here in the booth with us eating popcorn.
No, they're eating in front of us.
Yeah, eating in front of us.
That's how it works. We do have another volleyball score tonight. Unfortunately, Mancos was swept at Ignacio tonight. We don't have an update on the Monticello Dove Creek game. That's the one tonight in Dove Creek that's a matchup between local rivals. Other games going on tonight. Whitehorse is at Wayne on the volleyball court. We called all the football games, and good luck to the Grand County girls tennis team. I know day one is in the books, and I haven't had a chance to see any results there. That was played today at Brighton High School in the 3A state championship for Grand County girls tennis. And so hopefully some girls advanced those remaining rounds. It was a round of 32 today at Brighton High School, round of 16 tomorrow at Liberty Park in Salt Lake City, and then the championship round on Saturday there at Liberty Park. So good luck, girls, and we'll follow Grand County's progress on that. Hopefully they've got some girls going through to the final rounds there. Obviously some football coming up tomorrow. Grand County is hosting Delta, Montezuma Cortez at Salida tomorrow. Oh, and Dove Creek is at Norwood in a matchup between local rivals. Then on Saturday it'll be Mancos hosting Vale Christian on the gridiron. So lots going on this weekend. We've got Emery coming back out on the field, getting ready. San Juan already ready to kick this thing off, as we're going to have a running clock here in the second half.
For those of you that don't have anything to do tomorrow night, the Blue and Gold Banquet, hosted by the FFA and the FBLA, is happening here at Blanding High School. Doors open at 5:30, dinner at 6. You can pay at the door. They're also going to have a silent and a live auction. I don't know many people know this, but funding nationally was cut, and so both programs lost a few $1,000s in some funding opportunities, so they're trying to raise money now to be able to continue their competition season. A lot of those FFA and FBLA members are on this football team. So if you don't, stands or get cold with the rain at night, come out tomorrow to that dinner and auction and support these kids in another faction of their life.
There you go. I thought you were throwing out a shameless plug for the girls wrestling team, but
I was going to, but I left with the FFA.
There you go. And here's a nice return for Emery as we're underway now in the second half of the Broncos kicking it off. And again, the clock is going to run for the duration here in the second half. Max Stearns on the stop there for San Juan. And he factored in last week. He was one of the guys we were thinking about chatting with. I don't know if that's him hobbling off here. Is that 33 or 36, I see?
I don't know, but we've got skid steer in the game now at nose tackle. Number 54, Jacobson. Tyler Jacobson, a senior who was sophomore year, blew his knee out and wasn't able to play. Blew it out at camp.
Wowzers.
And so sat out the whole year his sophomore year and then didn't feel good about it his junior year and came back his senior year, and here he is getting some time on the field. I don't know why they call him skid steer, but
it'd be interesting to know that.
Maybe
sure.
He owns a skid steer. I have no idea.
He may, yeah.
But you get some of these other seniors on the field. We also trying to see if there's any other seniors out there that kind of come in late in the game.
Traxton Conover with the first touch for Emery to start this second half, and a negative 2-yard run as the Broncos swallowed him up in the middle of the field. Now Trig Jensen will drop back looking to pass. Runs to the left out of the pocket, throws downfield, and Cole Duke mistimed his jump, and that ball fell down to the receiver who makes a catch. And that's going to go for 10, 20, 35 yards.
Wow, what a nice play by the Emery Spartan offense. But you're right, great position there. As he went up, his body just carried. Cole Duke just kind of carried, drifted off, and that ball fell right where he had been. Unfortunately, in the Emery County receiver's hands and not Cole Duke's hands.
Well, Cray Leroy has returned kicks tonight, but that's his first catch on a Trig Jensen pass. And now Jensen, who's pretty shifty and quick, is flushed out of that pocket and kind of operates like a quarterback sweep on the far side. He only gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe 1 yard for the junior. Looks like that's what they'll spot him with. And so that makes it a 2nd down and 9 inside the San Juan 40 now at the 39.
It's hard to come out when it's cold and you've been in the locker room, and to come out and play defense first. Really, I mean, you're just reacting to everything the offense is doing, so you really have to get warmed up. You really got to get mentally acclimated here, and don't let the big score affect you on this drive. And the ball's on the ground.
Yeah, I see that.
But I heard a whistle.
Yeah, the whistle sounded. I was just about to say, I don't know who this is going to jinx, but neither team has turned the ball over tonight, Art. Of course, Emery has it right now, but you never know when that's going to take effect. You know what I'm saying?
No kidding. 3rd down here.
So
it's a lot harder to come out, I believe, and play defense after halftime, especially when it's cold, than offense. Because you're always following. You're trying to second guess. You're trying to chase, and you got to get everything going and warmed up. And it's just both teams are at a disadvantage after halftime, but I think more so the defense than the offense.
Well, here's a big 3rd down, although I dare say this is 4-down territory for Emery as we get a beautiful moonrise to the east over there right now, kind of obscured by clouds a little, but nice and orange over there. Harvest moon a couple nights ago. There's a nice pitch and catch from Trig Jensen to Conover, but it's not going to be enough for a 1st down.
Brought down by Jace Razor.
Looks like that's going to be about a 6-yard catch.
So we'll see a 4th down here, and they're 0-1 so far on 4th and 1. That little quarterback up the middle draw, and they go back into that formation now under center.
So here's Jensen on 4th down. They have not tried to hard count this. They're going to hand off to Conover, and he will spring forward off right guard and get plenty of yardage. That's going to go for 7. And so Garrett Conover makes a 6-yard catch and then a 7-yard run that's going to get him a 1st down.
And Emery is clicking here a little bit to start this second half.
And Trig Jensen stays under center here with 2 guys in the backfield, almost an I formation for Emery. And I think, well, this is definitely Conover. That's the fun thing. It's either going to be Garrett or, 23. That's Garrett Conover again. This is only his third carry, and it goes for 7 again.
Yeah, and he was contacted right at the line of scrimmage, but he just ran right through Tripp's grasp, and Tripp eventually brought him down, but not till after a huge gain.
Look at that moon out there. That's beautiful. It's too bad it's not full. Here's Conover again. So you can't go wrong saying Conover. It's just 1 yard. It's either going to be Garrett or Traxton Conover. Garrett is the junior who gets 1 yard right here. And Traxton is the senior who has all carries tonight, hasn't caught a pass. Conover does double duty. But this is a 3rd down and 2 now for Emery, so a big
1
third
of
down.
11 on 3rd downs.
Yeah, they've struggled, to be sure. And they faced a bunch of them. And Trigg Jensen back in the shotgun here. Will hand off very quickly to Conover. And Conover is stuck at the line of scrimmage, maybe 6 inches. Looks like they're going to give him a yard, and it'll be 4th and 1.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty much bang, but the far sideline official decided that was a yard. So bring up a 4th down again.
You talk about a mercy rule here. You got the clock running and the officials sidestepping over there. But now it looks like they've actually marked it back to where it was for no gain, but that's all right. 4th down and 2 or thereabouts. Trigg Jensen up under center. And play action in the backfield. He'll roll to his right, throws complete, and the ball comes loose into the end zone. And who gets it?
We got a flag down there, too, in the end zone, so I'm wondering if there's a face mask or something.
I wondered if he was just marking the fumble.
Was it his yellow flag or his?
I saw red, I believe.
Or was his?
Yeah, that ball was knocked out. Yeah, that's the beanbag coming in there. And I can't tell who got it. San Juan gets it. So that's going to be a touchback on the fumble. That was a good play until it wasn't for Emery. That was, let's see. That started on the 21, so that was a 20-yard pass and run. And then I told you I was going to jinx someone. That's the first turnover of the game. I knew I had to say something at some point.
I think the ball started on the 16, wasn't it? Or was it on 21 or the 16?
I don't know. I'd have to see
the clock up there said the 16 yard.
Okay, then it was a 15-yard play. Thank you, sir. And then a fumble. So this is going to stretch my abilities here as San Juan will go for it on offense here. And now we've got different ball carriers coming in. So this is going to be an 8-yard run.
Jace Razor.
Thank you.
Yeah, those officials, that beanbags used to be black.
Yeah.
And now they're all different colors. So when he threw that out there, I thought, oh, it's a flag in the end zone. But, yeah, you're right. It was his ball marker.
Yep.
And that's why you have them white or black. Quit with all the fancy colors. You throw us colorblind guys off.
And that is the first turnover I remember marking in a long time. But obviously a fumble here for the Emery Spartans. And so that's a tough break. And now San Juan will get a bunch of yardage here over on the far side.
And now you do have a pink flag now.
Is that a run?
You're going to have a block in the back against San Juan. So, yeah, Jace Razor had the run, but you're going to block. So he's got a pink flag and a pink beanbag.
Wowzers.
How am I supposed to win this battle?
Does Jace get those yardage is my question for you. Does he get the 10-yard run there and then the penalty?
I don't think so.
So the play is waived, and the hold will bring it back.
Because they replay the down because of it, so you don't get the play and replay the down.
It's interesting, though, because it is a spot foul, right? So they take it from where the spot happened and then mark it back from there, or does it go from the line of scrimmage?
That holding, I don't understand it all the way, because if it's behind the line of scrimmage, it's from one point. If it's in front of the line of scrimmage, it's from another point. And I know I've got Jess, our good buddy that refs games, has given me a bunch of information on it.
And we still don't know.
But I don't remember.
We still don't know. We need him to talk to us again is what needs to happen. Razor's going to carry it for maybe 4 right here. Looks like that's going to move the chains. So it wasn't the nice 10-yard run he had, but he's going to get 4. That'll be enough to move it and give San Juan a first down. So back-to-back carries for the junior here. He's got 12 to start the night. Again, we're going to be seeing lots of underclassmen or at least, second and third stringers here in the second half of the running clock. Emery used a bunch of time in that third quarter on that drive, though, before they turned it over. We're down to 2:40 to go with the running clock here in the third quarter. And a 59-7 lead for San Juan. As Yeomans works in the shotgun. I'm assuming this is still Yeomans, yep. And Razor takes a handoff. He slips on that wet turf, and he's going to end up losing 2 yards because of it. So -2 against Jace Razor there.
Yeah, so that just reminded me, Rhett, sorry for stepping on you there, but yeah, the JV quarterback, Benny Long, broke his collarbone.
Are you kidding me?
When they played up in Emory yesterday in the C-team
goodness.
game. So now you have
now
Yeomans, Jagger if you absolutely have to have someone,
Yep.
or you have a freshman and Creed Herring as your quarterback.
Right.
Creed got hurt earlier.
Oh, my goodness. So there's a pass over the middle from Yeomans, is caught. It's going to go for 10 yards, but I think I saw a flag fly in.
I don't know. I didn't see a flag. I
Nope.
saw a
Streak,
those
Thomas
phantom
Harden.
flags.
Yeah.
But so I guess Creed got hurt earlier in the game. He's on special teams as a freshman.
Unbelievable.
Which does not bode well for the Broncos here.
No.
Because I don't think you have a fourth-string quarterback, as far as I know.
Jagger Neves would be the only backup now.
And I don't think you want to bring him in to play quarterback.
No.
So Bo Yeomans may get a full 4 quarters here.
Yeah, and that's his first completion in the third quarter. So make him 14 of 18. Pretty good night, obviously, tonight. All of his incompletions back in the first quarter. He was perfect in the second quarter. Here's a pass to the outside that's complete again. So now some of these JV kids getting to catch passes from the starting quarterback, and that's
Mike and
Keith on a catch. That's a short one, but enough to move the chains again. We'll say 3 yards this time.
A little plug for Mike in here. The USA Utah wrestling rankings come out sporadically throughout the football season in anticipation of wrestling season, and the 150-pound statewide rankings came out today, and Mike and Keith was ranked 13th in the state at 150 pounds. He's the only Bronco on the list so far.
There you go. Well, he gets him a first down right here up at the 45. Yeomans will hand off to Jace Razor. I thought that was Mike and Keith somehow. I saw that 4. And Razor's still fighting for yardage as they get the tush push in there late, and he'll go for 6. Across midfield into Emory territory.
And now we've got an Emory Spartan looking for, I believe, a contact, and I don't know if you're going to find that out there. So they move on.
So they move on.
But we're going to end the quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So we'll head to the fourth. It's a 59-7 lead for the San Juan Broncos. Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night here in Blanding. Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce. Earn a high school diploma or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telcom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelcom.com for details today.
Welcome back to San Juan High School as Thomas Harden carries the ball for the first time tonight to open the fourth quarter. He gets 3 on his first touch, and now the Broncos taking time in the huddle. This must be weird for Bo Yeomans quarterbacking a huddle here.
Let's not jinx them here, but they're 100% on third down tonight.
Okay.
So they better pick this up.
Yeah. And let's see. Yeomans from the shotgun. Drops to pass. Throws complete to Jace Razor. He's right at the sticks. It's going to depend on the spot, Art. And whether or not your stat will play out here. Looks like it's going to be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him
They
right on the line.
stay at 100, so that was a 2-yard pass. Just enough to
By the
Jace
skin
Razor.
of his teeth.
Yep. That's Jace's first catch of the night, so he's in on the mix. Moves the chains for San Juan. Right at the Emory 45-yard line. So slow and steady for the offense right now. High snap, but Yeomans does a good job corralling that. And now Jace Razor is going to go for another 10 yards for San Juan and move the chains again. So no problem there. And now we get extra whistles here. There's an injured man down for San Juan.
That's one of their linemen. You're going to say that was a high snap. As a old center and as a snapping coach, I'm saying that was a perfect snap.
Okay, yeah.
You want that
Gets it
thing
away from
quick,
his chest. Yeah.
quick and tight right in there.
Yeah.
I love those kind. You give the quarterback so you don't have to drop his eyes. Anytime the quarterback can gather the snap and keep his eyes level upfield,
right,
his read time just increases. And anytime you can get a fraction of a second out of your quarterback's read time, that's exactly what you want.
Okay, you've convinced me, Mr. Lawyer. I will retract. I will strike my statement from the record.
I tell you, you see those quarterbacks that are constantly picking the ball like Grand last week off the turf.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then you have to come back up, and then you have to visualize your routes, where your receivers are out, and the coverage, and it just adds, and then you get the pressure from the defensive line. So anytime you can get a snap eye level right here at the bottom of your chin where your eyes are looking forward still, man, it just increases your opportunity as a quarterback for greatness. Plus, if they're hard and fast, man, that's what you want.
Right.
You want those quick ones.
Well, it's good to see this man helping himself off the field here. I can't tell. Is that
Keaton
78?
Hutchins, I believe.
Keaton Hutchins. Okay, and you mentioned his name earlier tonight, but Friday Night Lights on this Thursday night on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, brought to you in part by Dependable Auto Repair. Count on their team of ASE certified technicians for all your auto service, and Diamond Designs offering a wide variety of quality customized products. So we've got the second string offense in other than Bo Yeomans, the starting quarterback, and somebody from Emory catches Jace Razor from behind. No, that's Thomas Harden, excuse me. So he's only going to get a couple on this run, his second of the night. Couple of short yardage runs for the junior. Both running backs in the game now are juniors. The quarterback, of course, is a sophomore.
You know, you've also got you got number 11, Grady Lacey out there, another senior that has just, bided his time on this team, tried to work in, push those first stringers to be great, and get an opportunity now to get in this last home game his senior year.
Yeomans play action in the backfield, rolls right and throws behind Jace Razor, who got a hand on it, but it falls incomplete, and that'll be third down now and 8 for San Juan. And that's the first incompletion for Bo Yeomans since back in the first quarter.
And Coach Christensen brings him over, has a little chat with him, which typically in the game we don't see Coach Christensen having that interaction. It's usually quick plays from the sidelines. So running clock, secondary team in there, lots of second string players in there, and he wants to make sure the young quarterback's 100% with what he wants to do here. As Yeomans passes to Mike and Keith, who's nice pass and catch, and he gets the first down.
That's all the way down inside the 20.
And we're going to have a flag, and unfortunately what happens sometimes, Rhett, when you put young linemen out there, they go too far down the field, and that's exactly what happened right there. You get a kid pulling around the end to block, and he's 3 yards down the field, and that's going to be an illegal man downfield to the Broncos. So still third down here.
Yep. Never mind on that nice pitch and catch from Yeomans to Mike and Keith. It'll come back. By the way, Yeomans had completed 9 straight before that incompletion going back to the first quarter.
Yep. Unfortunately, you just get this. You get him whipping around there to make a block.
Yeah, too excited a little bit. Yeomans will throw again. Right side has a man wide open who dives to make a great catch, Mike and Keith. And that's going to be an 11, 12-yarder. So pretty impressive recovery there by San Juan.
Just short of the first down, so now it brings up a 4th and 1. Their first 4th down of the game here.
Yeah, we get a cowbell right in front of us. That's awesome.
Cowbell. I don't know if you've ever seen that skit on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell, more cowbell.
That's some good cowbell. How has that cowbell not come out until just now, late in this game?
Because I really don't think you're supposed to have them.
I see. Well, here's Jace Razor getting the handoff, and he'll go ahead for 2. And that'll be enough to move the chains for San Juan inside the 25-yard line to the 24. And a nice run for Jace Razor. Hard-fought yardage up the middle there.
Well, it looks like I thought we had Creed Herring hurt, but he's out there now as he's going to go out for quarterback. So whatever was wrong with him earlier in the game, he's shaking that off, and he's going to come out at quarterback now. So now Creed Herring, number 36, will be your quarterback. for the remainder of this game.
Did you
was
say
6:50.
36?
36.
Okay, we've got him in at QB. And I'm not sure who's got the ball over here.
The quarterback kept it.
Creed
was
kept it.
Kind of one of those. The running back, I think, thought he
Busted
was going
play,
in front
yep.
and going to do a read. But Creed stepped up, and they both kind of just bumped each other, and then Creed picked up a yard.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to do that to pad his own stats, and he gets a 1-yard run, sort of. It's maybe a 7-inch run.
And luckily his running back doesn't get a tackle.
There you go. That's right. That's
I
right.
don't know if you watched the Jacksonville Jaguar game this past weekend where the quarterback takes the snap, gets stepped on by his right guard, falls down
Fell down
again,
twice,
gets
yeah.
up and runs it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, you're like, and yeah, just ran it in. That was a great play. Trevor Lawrence, yeah, good play. And here's Creed Herring going nowhere this time. He is swarmed in the backfield and will lose a couple. So that's going to erase those stats he tried to pad right there. Whoop.
Hey, with forward progression, though, he doesn't lose too much. It's going to be 10.5 yards.
Yeah.
3rd and 10.5.
And the ball just outside the 25 of Emery. And, of course, we're talking C team now for San Juan, or definitely JV. 59-7 is the lead with a running clock here in the second half.
Well, it's a freshman quarterback, so, I mean, Bo's a sophomore quarterback, but
obviously lots of snaps for the varsity-wise for him. And, yeah, that was that was interesting. A little late play action there. Then a shuttle pass, and this one is going to go to the end zone for a touchdown. And I don't see any flags as Randall Black runs it in from 26 yards out. And guess what? Creed Harry's going to get a touchdown pass. And that'll be his second of the season. So he had one last week. He gets another right here.
Yeah, Randall Black just wheeled his way into the end zone. That was actually a handoff. That wasn't a shovel pass. He actually handed that off, Rhett. So that's going to be – it was in front of him, but it's a handoff.
Oh, man, I don't know.
He handed it right to him. So
okay,
that's going to be a rushing touchdown.
All right, I'll take it off.
But Randall Black was not going to be denied getting in that end zone.
No.
And now they're going to come out with a PAT, and guess who's kicking the PAT? Randall Black.
That's funny. And so that one is a touchdown for Randall Black.
We're going to get flags. We're going to get a whistle. He did make it, but we're getting a whistle. So he blew it. It should have been a dead play because he blew the whistle before the play. It was encroachment on the defense, lined up in the neutral zone, which is the correct call to make as an official. So they'll re-kick this one. Or let's see if he goes by the matrix and goes for 2 here with his young squad, but it looks like they're going to re-kick.
If that does go as you say, Mr. Adair, that's going to be Randall Black's first rushing touchdown of the season. We'll have to talk next week. My money's on that was a pass, but we'll see. And Randall Black sends a worm burner through, and that never had any chance.
No,
so,
that one got blocked.
Although he had some good kicks last week, not this time. So we'll say it's a rushing touchdown, a 26-yarder.
Well, you can check on it and you can ask, but
Max Preps will have the answer,
and we will we'll bet a hamburger dinner on it.
Okay. Max Preps will have the official word for us.
Yeah, it's basically a counter. That's all that is, the counter. Now I know that San Juan does the flip,
right,
and that's considered a forward pass. But where he just hands it to him and he takes it, it's just a counter run, and it's going to go down as a rushing play. Well, if I'm wrong, I'll buy you a hamburger dinner.
Well, either way.
The fanciest McDonald's we can find.
Okay. Or, here in Blanding at Patio.
We'll do that too.
Well, regardless, it is definitely a touchdown. Minus the extra point makes it 65-7 with 3.5 to go. And, boy, whistles now as Emery. I don't know if there was a knee on the turf there. I looked away briefly. I'm guessing that's what happened. And so Emery's going to start right around their own 25, it looks like. And they might run out the rest of this time. We'll see. Yeah, they had to go down to recover that ball, and it was down. I don't know. I don't know that he was down, actually. Maybe to save his life, they blew the whistle there because he was about to get laid out, I think. But
it's getting chilly
he did not have that ball till he was standing back up. So, have been needing to don my fleece for a little while here, but kind of hanging on as Trig Jensen is flushed out of the pocket again. Heaves it downfield, has a man who didn't catch it at first, but now he will, and he's going to go the distance, and that is going to be a 72-yard touchdown pass. Again, very similar to last week for Grand County. They scored on the final play of the game, though. But a 72-yard touchdown pass for Trig Jensen will help their stats look a little bit better here tonight. And that is the first passing touchdown of the ball game.
He just outran the defender there, the young freshman for the Broncos, and just got behind him, and nice pass by the quarterback and nothing but pay dirt.
And I didn't see who made the catch. I don't know if you're able to see that. Number 20, thank you. That kick is up and good for Emery, so the PAT is added, make it 65-13.
I believe number 20 kicked the PAT, too.
There you go. Bo Stilson with the catch. Hang on a second. I'll get some season stats for these guys. For Trig Jensen, it is now his 8th touchdown pass of the year.
And it's starting to rain again.
Wow, that's amazing. Just in time for us to leave and go out in it. Bo Stilson's 3rd touchdown catch of the year. So nice play for them.
2:25 left on the clock in the 4th quarter, and it is stopped until we get out here with the kickoff teams, and then we'll get back to running it. So this should be a quick 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if San Juan will have time to do much of anything here. You know, they're not going to go into victory formation with all these C-team guys out. They're wanting to put in some time out here.
I think Emery, if you're Emery, you kick an onside kick right here.
Yeah, why not?
You see the second kick return team for San Juan out there.
Yeah.
They're definitely not the hands team.
Yeah.
So I think you roll the dice here and kick an onside kick.
Yeah. And they do. And it's nicely recovered by San Juan. I believe that was number 35, Bronx Black, who recovered that ball very deftly and fell on it wisely.
Yep.
So there you go. 1st and 10 for San Juan right at midfield. So that was thwarted. That was bang, bang, thwartitious right there for San Juan. They're like, take this onside try and return home with it, sirs.
And the clock now runs at 1:53 and counting down. So we'll see how many plays the young Bronco squad can get off here.
And again, it's Creed Herring in at QB for San Juan, working from the shotgun. They're going to
formation.
Yeah, they're going to take some time here, and I guess maybe just down it. After
Tell
all.
the way their running back is in his stance.
Yeah,
that they're just going to down this.
That's correct. So I guess they'll have to snap it one more time. We got 40 seconds on a play clock.
Probably,
is that correct?
Probably twice here.
So that does move. They lose yardage, I guess. Yeah, when they down it like that. So
that's why most quarterbacks will go up under center.
Under center, yeah.
So they only lose a
yard. Yep. But if you were to clock the ball, then of course,
the clock
you know, with the running clock,
wouldn't.
You could clock the ball and lose no yardage. That'd be a weird finish, wouldn't it?
Just throw it down the field to no receiver.
Nobody, yeah, to nobody. And make the refs go run for it. Hilarious. Well, I think they might have to snap the ball another time after this because we're down to 50 seconds to go now.
Yep, so we'll be 3rd down here.
I guess they could take the delay of game and theoretically the clock could keep running.
3rd and 20. I don't think they're going to convert this 3rd down.
No. It's I don't even know. Yeah, obviously you're still keeping the stats very
I'm not
faithfully.
keeping it. I erased it.
That's it. They downed it. Down to 30 seconds. It's over. They do not have to snap the ball again. It was 4th and very long. But that's going to do it. It's going to be a 65-14 final here tonight as the final 20 seconds wind down. I've never done this before, but we may go to break while the clock is running here. As the teams will greet at midfield and shake hands. San Juan wins for the 6th time in the last 7 games, moved to 7-2 on the year with a 65-14 win. We'll start the postgame show when we return. Stay with us Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you will learn real-world skills, explore your passions, and turn your talent into opportunity. Whether you are drawn to healthcare technology, trades, or design, CTE helps you take that next step with confidence, learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career, starting today.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing and Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. Friday Night Lights on a Thursday night here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. As this one was a 59, was it 13? 59 to 13 or 59? No, 60 something. Yeah, let me see what the. Oh, okay. 65-14, excuse me. I didn't get it entered in time, so when I don't do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So bear with me here, folks. 65-14 is the final. We got it now, so I can't forget it. My apologies there, but we open up the post-game show for you now. I think we're going to try to talk with Remy Whatcott, one of those hog mollies on the line that we don't normally get to give glory, so hopefully that'll be the case here in just a little bit. And, of course, Coach Christensen, another lopsided win for San Juan here tonight. Back-to-back lopsided wins in front of the home crowd here in the final two games of the regular season on the friendly confines of the San Juan High School football field. Let's take a look at some final stats tonight before these guys come up to chat. And 238 total yards of offense tonight unofficially for Emery, and 72 of those yards were on that touchdown pass right at the end of the game there against the C-team defense for San Juan. A very similar situation to what we saw last week with Grand County here in town. So both of these opponents kind of similar in the outcome, and be a tough ride home, I think, for Emery tonight after this one. But obviously San Juan heavily favored, and this was the expected outcome. But let's take a look at some of the San Juan stats now. And Bo Yeomans, another 5-touchdown pass night. He ended with 257 unofficial yards, was 18 of 22 on the night tonight. So another good night for the sophomore quarterback. And his main targets, we'll just start right out of the backfield. Jagger Neves, I'm sorry, those are his runs tonight, but Jagger Neves did catch 2 passes for 66 yards tonight. But Trip Palmer has obviously been the man all year. He only had 3 catches tonight, though, but 2 of them were for touchdowns in that first quarter. So his first 2 touches went for touchdowns, and he had 63 yards right off the hop. He ends the night with 83 yards receiving. Brig Palmer had 2 catches tonight, 1 for a touchdown and 35 yards in those 2 catches. Let's see, down the line, Mike and Keith, a couple catches tonight for 15 yards in the second half. Thomas Harden had 1 catch for 10 yards. There's Cole Duke. I missed him through the list there. He had 3 catches in the first half. Only 10 yards, but 2 touchdown receptions tonight. And then let's see, Jace Razor had 1 catch in the second half for 2 yards. And I think that'll Nash Young had 4 catches back in the first half, 36 yards for him. Oh, I missed Brig Palmer. My apologies. He had 35 yards on 2 catches and 1 of those 5 touchdown receptions. So I think that gets all the receivers. Jagger Neves was obviously the man in the running game tonight. He never touched the ball in the second half, so his stats didn't change. He ended the night with 14 carries, 219 yards, and 3 more touchdowns for the senior on the ground tonight. And then a couple other guys came in and did some running. We'll just mention Jace Razor, who ended up with 6 carries and 28 yards tonight. Creed Herring carried the ball a couple times, but it wasn't pretty. Negative 1 yard for him just in the quarterback position. Bo Yeomans carried 4 times tonight for 46 yards. And we need you to put that on, sir, as we've got Remy Whatcott here. It's an honor to finally see you here.
Yeah.
And we had a great picture of you in the San Juan Record to start the year. You were eating somebody for lunch for Grantsville, I think that was, in that first game. And,
yep.
Man, you guys, we don't normally get to give you a lot of glory, and but the team has to have you guys going to win, obviously, to have any kind of success. And you play offensively and defensively. I know we see, you're up in the top 15 in tackles. And tell me what it's like down there in the trenches, I guess. We like to call you guys the Hog Mollies. What's it like down there?
It's like guerrilla warfare. We just always fighting each other pretty much. And towards the end of the game, we get chill with the other line, but beginning, they're just enemies.
Are there a lot of conversations that go on down there?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Between you and the opponents? And
yeah, today I asked them where they're going for dinner, but they didn't answer.
That's funny. That's what I was about to say, if that's what it's about.
They were not happy.
They were not interested, huh?
No.
Well, is there an intimidation factor down there where you're trying to intimidate the opponents? How do you do that?
I just try and look big, honestly.
Okay.
Just scare them with my size.
And then, of course, when you start hitting them, they know that they're intimidated after that. So
yeah.
Do you keep track of your tackles during the game, or is that not a big thing for you?
More, I tried keeping track of my solo tackles, which is only 1 right now.
Okay.
But
from tonight, you mean, or?
No, it was last week. But
okay.
I just try and play my best ball, pretty much.
Okay. And tell me what it takes to get through that line and pressure the quarterback.
It takes a lot, especially being triple teamed every time at the nose, pretty much. So I feel it after games for sure.
Offensively, what's your goal? Just to open up creases for Jagger and Bo to make things happen or protect them?
Yeah, just try and open holes and have them run off my butt.
Okay. Yeah, and that works. Now, let me ask you, you almost were on the stat sheet scoring-wise tonight, man. To us, it didn't seem like you were down on the goal line there, like you stretched it in and you had landed on the player. Tell me your feelings or your position there, what you saw on that run.
Oh, I scored for sure.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you'd say. So you think you deserve those 2 points?
Yeah. Tell Coach C to give me another chance.
Maybe we can lobby. Oh, okay. So Coach Christensen, he'd like another chance to get a 2-point try. We'll see. Maybe it'll get you on a regular run. See if we can get you a TD this year. We enjoy watching that. That'd be fun. How fast do you think if you were to break free, you think you could outrun defenders?
No.
Or would they? You just have to drag them into the end zone.
Yeah, I'd
right?
drag them for sure.
It's a strength game for you.
Yeah.
Right on.
Not speed.
Do you guys have any kind of competition between your linemen and anything you're trying to do, whether blocking or tackling?
In practice, we do like one-on-ones, and it's just beat the guy across from you. Don't matter who.
Okay. And then just as far as what you do for the team down there on the line, is that just something that's unspoken, or do you lead with words? Do you just lead with actions? What is it?
Definitely actions and words. Like, if we mess up, I just tell them next play, like, forget about it. Goldfish mindset.
I think that's what we've seen over all these years is that you guys bounce back so well from either mistakes or penalties called against you. Sometimes the very next play will be a touchdown. You're just a team that's very resilient and never gives up. Is that something that you have to encourage each other to do, or is that something that comes naturally?
I think it's just something that comes naturally. We just always have that competitive spirit to get better.
All right. Is there anything else that you'd want to tell the listeners or the viewers? Or maybe we'll get you up again to interview. It's fun talking to you linemen whenever you get the chance to.
Yep.
So thanks, Remy. And was this experience, this senior night, what's the rest of the night for you now going home?
We're going to eat at Cash's Hamburgers.
Okay. That's awesome because we talked about a hamburger dinner earlier tonight on the broadcast. So it's fun. Enjoy it while you're here at home. I think you guys will have one more home game to close out this year, but it's been kind of a short year at home. You haven't had a chance to play in front of your home crowd a whole lot this year. So always a good opportunity, right?
Yep.
Good job. Enjoy the rest of your night. Good win for you guys, and obviously we'll see you next week on the road again.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
you.
Remy. That's Remy Whatcott, who's San Juan Broncos defeat the Emery Spartans here tonight by a sizable margin. We're going to have Coach Christensen step in and grab the mic now. You get to wear that sweaty thing now. I don't know. That's disgusting. Thank you for cleaning that off for us, man. We'll get that all caught up in your beard there, and that'll work for me, putting that back in my bag. Well, another lopsided win for you guys. You know, your deal tonight was that you wanted the team to take care of business and execute. Do you feel like that you were able to accomplish that tonight?
Yeah. This was another fun one. You know, we were able to do anything we pretty much wanted offensively. Defensively, I thought our guys held up well. You know, stopping the run, we pretty much had our DBs playing man-to-man all night, and it's tough to hold up in that. You know, you're obviously going to give up a couple plays here and there when you're playing man the whole game, but I thought our guys, you know, I thought they played hard and well, and I thought we just executed really well on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, you talk about both sides of the ball. Defensively, there were just a couple times George McNaughton is such a handful for linemen. I mean, there were times it was almost like it was a defensive end blitz, like he was at full speed when the ball was snapped and was back there. We knew that. I don't know if he has a sack every game. I think he must.
He's close.
And so he wasn't going to allow the game to expire tonight without getting one sack finally back there. But, man, he was all over that quarterback all the time. I don't know if their game plan was to roll that quarterback out every play, but they were forced to because you guys were all over him.
Yeah, and, I mean, you know, credit to George, credit to those backers that are right behind him, and then credit to the rest of the D linemen. Then the DBs holding up in coverage when playing man to allow for sacks. But, yeah, George he's tough. It's nice having him play tight end now on offense because he used to just, you know, at scout team, even as a sophomore when he first moved here, he disrupts so much of what we want to do. He's so fast off the ball. Just things you can't really teach. He didn't even really play football until his freshman year in New York, and you know, and then he moved here and he tried it again, and yeah, he's a phenomenal player.
Well, you know, and again, defensive guys don't get a huge amount of credit other than the list of tackles, and you got your guys ranked there who gets the most tackles, but that doesn't tell the defensive story. It doesn't matter what scheme you have or what skill you have. If the quarterback doesn't have any time to do anything and you've got guys covered downfield, they're not going to have success ever.
Yeah, I think two of the most important positions, I know the two most important positions to win are your offense and defensive line, right? Like if you're getting pressure and they can't do anything, life's good. If your offensive line's mowing guys over, and that's kind of what happened tonight.
Yeah. Well, what do you take from this, and what do you do this coming week to get ready for your final game against an undefeated team?
Well, we really need to hound this one. Big wins like this, you know, even if we made mistakes, I mean, I'm sure we did. We made probably a bunch of mistakes. You can kind of mask them with big wins, right? So we really need to watch effort and things and coach effort and correct the small details this game. You know, we were going to have a little, you know, the kids have school off tomorrow. We're going to watch film and lift, but tomorrow we just had weight rooms open to come hit arms, which, you know, that's a fun lift for them, right?
Yeah.
Curls for the girls, and we'll watch the film on Monday and get ready for South Sphere.
That's funny. Curls for the girls.
That's what they love,
That's
man.
hilarious.
Curls don't make you a better football player, but.
There was a question I was going to ask you, and somehow I'm old enough that it just slipped my mind, man. I totally. We've talked in years past about you peaking at the right time. This is a different team than in years past. Do you feel like you guys are peaking right now? Do you feel? I mean, this is the time of year you want to. Do you feel like you still have a ways to go?
I think we still have a ways to go. Obviously we're able to kind of have our way tonight. But against teams with a lot, I don't know, like. I think Emery came here ready to roll, but then after the first couple series, Tripp and Jagger kind of hitting them big there.
Yeah.
It just kind of felt like, they kind of let off. And so teams aren't always going to, do that. I don't think we're anywhere near where we could be. Obviously, tonight was fun. Tonight was a great game.
Yeah.
But we still got to get – I think we can get a lot better.
All right, Coach. Yeah, and we'll look forward to that. I know playoffs right around the corner. You got one game to finish the regular season. Then you guys will likely have a week off and to get ready for the playoffs. And, yeah, you just want to keep advancing through those games. Obviously, as you go through the playoffs, you'll experience stiffer competition each week. So.
Yep. We're really excited.
All right. Anything else for the viewers and listeners that you want to mention?
No, it's a shout out, I guess, to our seniors. Tonight was a big senior night. 14 seniors on our team, and most of them have played for 4 years. So credit to them for everything they've done to their program. Their parents, for allowing me to coach their boys, and just love our kids, man.
Outstanding, Coach. We appreciate another good victory for you guys tonight. Enjoy the night. I know you're going to go back to work, so have a good night.
Thanks, man.
That's Coach Barkley Christensen, and the San Juan Broncos win it tonight, 65-14. That's your 81st win of your career, by the way. So 19 more, you'll be at 100. We'll be talking to you about that then. So a big win for the San Juan Broncos tonight. Mr. Adair is going to come get back on the mic, and we'll close it out with some wise and amazingly svelte words here tonight, I think, man, that rain was coming down earlier, and it's moist out there now and has cooled down quite a lot, and the Broncos took care of business tonight, man.
Yeah, great game by the San Juan Broncos. I thought they came out on fire. They came out and did exactly what they probably wanted to do as their game plan. They scored early and often, 2 plays into the game. They had scored a touchdown. So, and then, you have those things where you start mixing players in the game. You start putting guys that don't have the, what's the word, cohesiveness. That's
okay,
a good word right there,
yeah.
cohesiveness. Together, and you're going to have, coverage errors and different things, and we saw that on the touchdowns and things. And so, but I think they played overall pretty well. There are some things, obviously, like Coach said, they're going to go back, and any good coach will go back no matter how the outcome of the game was, and he'll find the things you need to improve upon. He'll compliment the things you did well, and that's how good teams get better. If you just say, we won big, no reason to really do anything, let's just go home and enjoy it, then you're not ever going to keep the level of excellence that they've obtained here. And so you've got to go back, because like you said, there's always going to be something. I coached a long time, and no matter how good you're playing the game, there's always something that maybe a player, we're up so big, I don't have to block hard right here. I don't have to run hard. I don't have to do this. And you got to reemphasize, hey, you do have to do that every time, because it becomes a habit. And so, but tonight I thought they played a great game. Hats off to Emery. Obviously, they're a program kind of like Grand last week that's down in numbers, down in ability, basically, and they still come out and battled for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
They scored twice. They gave they never quit.
Well, you can see what happens when that quarterback is able to get free and have a little time and has a man open downfield. Yeah. He's able to execute for sure.
And he did throw the ball good tonight when he had time to throw it.
Yeah, but he rarely had time tonight.
And their receivers caught some good balls, and they, like you said with Coach, when they would roll him out, that was where he was at his best. They figured out pretty early that they're not going to run in between the tackles. They did have some runs in between there later in the game when we were, shuffling linemen in and out. But overall, great game. Great game to roll into next week. Have the long road trip to Monroe, where it's kind of like our second home over there in the Richfield area. It'll be exciting to see kind of what happens with that game tomorrow between Rich and South Sevier. It is at Rich, so it's a 4 o'clock game if anybody wants to tune in and watch. They do have a broadcast team up there at Rich High School. I can't remember. Ryan Steneker, I believe, was the guy's name at the time. I think he's moved on.
Yeah, he's long gone.
But they do have a broadcast if you're interested in watching that. That game kicks off 4 p.m. at Rich High School. And, long, good. I know that all the San Juan people want that to be undefeated, they want to go in there and beat them next week
Yeah.
as an undefeated 1-2 team. They'll be 1-2 regardless of what happens tomorrow. But great game tonight. In the rain, no turnovers on the San Juan side.
Right.
Collected a turnover when it looked like Emery was going to go score.
Yeah, when I jinxed him 2 plays before that.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen. But
So good game overall. On my stat sheet, they had a lot of first downs. They converted 90% of their third downs, all of their fourth downs. They had 5 penalties against them. Emery had 3, so not a lot of penalties tonight, which we kind of seem to get down into the 14, 15.
And one of those
penalties.
did you have the man downfield, illegal
Yes.
man downfield? So that's
Yep.
not even that's not even a bad penalty ultimately.
Yeah, and that's just a young kid just and just trying to. You can't get mad at that kid because he's down there blocking his butt off, trying to do what he thinks needs to be done.
That's right.
And just happens. So
no,
good game.
All right, it was a good game, a good win, and again, we will close out the year next Friday at South Sevier in Monroe. You guys say Monroe. That's hard for my brain. That hurts me to say that, but it is Monroe. We'll be in South Sevier next week, so that'll be a fun conclusion to the season against a team that may or may not be undefeated. When we come into that one, it's likely that San Juan would still be the favored team, but it's unbelievable coming down to the final game of the regular season next weekend. And then a week off before the state tournament begins for the San Juan Broncos. I want to say thanks to some folks as we close it out here tonight after this 65-14 win for San Juan. The sponsors, we will thank you by name one final time during the close. We couldn't do these broadcasts or streams without you, so thank you very much. Thanks to the Stream Utah guys, Caleb Carr, Lane Palmer, and Cortland Lyman tonight. Doing the duties up in the rain tonight. Had to protect that camera. They did a great job tonight. We got some real good shots and had a lot of fun here tonight. So did you have something else that you wanted to say?
Just one other thing for those that are still with us. I guess the rest of the season here we're on Jagger Neef's touchdown watch.
That's right.
Because he is he's one more and he'll be tied for third. So he didn't get it. He got 3 tonight. Moved him into 4th place all time in Utah statistics. I know I got a text tonight saying, well, hold it, the state record book says he should be in 2nd, but they don't update that all the time.
Okay.
And we have the czar of all things Utah football giving us the information, so we're going to go with what he has.
Did that come from Felt's Facts this
yes.
week? That he have that watch going
so,
on? Okay.
So we're going to be watching for Jagger to climb that list, and hopefully maybe you can reach out and find out where number 1 is. How many we got to get to number 1?
Yeah, we'll take a look at that, and we'll have a little bit more knowledge when we come in next week. So, again, thanks to everybody involved. That's going to do it for us here tonight, where the Broncos win at 65-14, 7-2 on the year. Final game of the regular season next week at South Sevier. We hope you'll join us. It'll be a 7 o'clock kick and a 6:30 start as usual. On behalf of Art Adair, I'm Rhett Sifford saying so long from the San Juan High School football field. Have a great rest of your night. It's not weekend yet. Have a great rest of your Thursday, Friday, and weekend. Enjoy fall break. We'll see you next weekend.
Friday Night Lights is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, San Juan Building Supply, Blue Mountain Foods, Bradford Tire, Desert Rivers Credit Union, San Juan School District Adult Education, Colleen Kays, Four Corners Homes, Peterson Medical, San Juan Counseling, Creative Floors, Holiday Construction, Lee Collision Repair and Restoration, San Juan Health, Crowley Construction, Monson's Quality Meat Processing, Northern Electric, San Juan Insurance, Dependable Auto Repair, Precision Rehab, Red Mechanical, San Juan School District CTE Programs, Diamond Designs, Blue Mountain Hospital, Energy Fuels, San Juan Public Health, Emery Telcom, Countywide Realty, Red's Ace Hardware, Canyonlands Tire, Empire Electric, Flights Gymnastics, Utah Navajo Health System, Utah State University Blanding, San Juan Pharmacy, Four Corners Regional Care Center, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Napa Motor Parts, San Juan Credit Union, Primary Residential Mortgage, and Westcott Motors. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.
Enough plastic that it wasn't too bad.
That's good.